Hello, this is Sancho from the Cranial Edition show. All celebrity voices are impersonated. Bang? What's the word?
Impersonated.
Oh, are impersonated unless otherwise stated by Ben, Joe, or Miggy.
Live from the tasting room of ESB Brewing in scenic Tampa, Florida, it's the Cranial Emission Show.
Interrupting the silence. Drop a little science
With an act of defiance.
by the Cranial Alliance.
Ben Charles was the name that was given to me. And when I'm on the mic, it's like destiny.
Well, he's a mover and a shaker, not a flopper or a faker. If he was on chips, he'd be punching out your baker.
But there's more to this mix in this recipe. Here's a dash of number 2 of the Cranial 3.
First name Miguel, my last name Hito. I'm a mixture of the best, like a sushi filled burrito.
And if you get to know him, then you can go on Miggy.
Got the bitty bitty beats like Buck Spot Squeaky. There's still another part in this play on words. His name is Joey T, and he needs to be heard. Joseph T. Needles Incorporated. The mold was broke when I was created.
If you need a title, he's got plenty to spare.
And if he was a trucker, he'd have a monkey named Bear. Well, I'm the last dog, the final bark of the pack. And now I'm gonna tell you who we are and where we're at.
Cranial Emissions is the name of the show.
Friday night, 7 to 9 is the time, don't you know? ESB Brewery will be live on the air.
Come have a pint with us, we've got plenty to spare.
A show for everyone, alive and departed. Enough about us, let's get the show started.
Now let's get down and dirty with the triumvirate.
Welcome to the Cranial Mission Show, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from ESB Brewing, located here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407.
Hello, Sweet
Guys,
D.
the Craniacs are back. And with that, to get motivated, we have to do our war cry, and that is
Triumvirate Powers Unite. I am so
Assemble.
loud.
We are, you're really loud.
Well, we dropped the ball.
Yeah, you're really loud. That was pretty terrible.
That was great, guys.
didn't work
What are you taking the form of, Ben?
I'm taking the form of a douchey commentator.
I'm taking the form of Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Wow, you're still really loud.
I am taking the form of an ice sled.
Ooh.
You know, he always did someone ice.
Did you have to get on it, or do you just slide
Well,
down
it just seems really ridiculous to make an ice out of sled.
Well, it's
Or
ridiculous
sled
to be
out of ice.
Rocky Mountain Oysters, too. And
As
well,
well.
I guess he kind of fits the douchey host thing.
Yeah. That's the
I
most
was just trying to do something that was apropos.
That was And I very
take the form of a diver.
That's
No,
that's reality,
not,
Sancho.
not
That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's not.
That's
actually
not how it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Because you already are a diver. If you weren't a diver, it's kind of more of a fantasy type thing, you know? I know
I take the form of Tattoo from the movie The Treasure Island.
No, it's Fantasy
No, it's
Island.
Fantasy
It's
Island.
not a movie. It's a TV show, Sancho.
playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't a movie.
that's not really. That's not
Okay,
much of a.
moving on.
You
Yeah,
call-
wow.
Sancho, pun intended. With your height, that's not much of a stretch.
Oh, this is good joke. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
All right, he
All
gets
right.
it. Okay, moving along.
If you want to be a part of the show, you can do so by calling us at 813 New Talk. That is 813 New Talk. You can go to Facebook. You can like the page we have there, facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network, and go to Twitter. We update that as well at Cranial E. A lot to get into. We are the Triumvirate: Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, the Reverend Joey T, joined by a new addition, our producer over here.
New Edition, the band?
No, not
No.
New Edition.
Oh,
The
okay.
band.
I was like, wow.
Bobby Brown and
I was
crew.
like, are they here? I thought, you know.
Not quite so
I
crackety.
didn't think they got along as well.
No, this is minus the crack rock. This is the OG, the outspoken Gary. We gotta get his mic on here.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa,
There he
hey.
goes.
There you go, Gary.
Hey.
What's going on?
Some nice
everybody?
ears you got there, Gary.
Thank you.
Are you working a side job? Is the Playboy Club still open? I thought they closed all those.
No,
Actually,
this
he's-
is just my disguise. I don't want people knowing who I am.
I gotcha.
So just-
So maybe
He's
we
in the
shouldn't-
Hey Boy Club.
Maybe we shouldn't have called him by his actual name.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Gary's not even my real name.
It's not his real name.
Oh,
I'm
great.
so
Now,
covered.
who is this? Who is this guy?
That's
I
our
think we
new
blew his cover there,
That's
yeah.
our new guy, dude.
Yeah.
He's
We need consistency, mate, bang.
Consistency?
Consistency.
No, you don't need that.
yeah.
Yes, we need consistency.
Consistent. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Chris?
Chris is not here.
Where's the World
WCW.
War? He's a pilot hero from the war.
Well, you only respected him after you found out that he was a pilot. Prior to that, you.
Well, if you said you were a pilot, I respect you.
Oh, you don't respect me? Is that
No,
what
you're
you're
a
telling me?
douchey host. You said.
Wow.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Yeah, he said that.
He did say that.
Yeah, I'm
He did
also
say
one of your bosses.
Well-
you know that, right?
No, but like,
Like Bruce Springsteen.
No, like Tony Danza. You know who's the boss?
Does he your private Tony Danza?
No, that's Tiny Dancer.
Danza for money?
No.
No, it's Private
Okay,
Dancer.
all right.
I'm getting
All right.
confused. Anyway, a lot to get into for this show. We will be joined a little bit later by Katika to promote her show, Living Vibrantly. A host that's gotten a lot of success lately with the hard work she's done. Production value on that show is unbelievable. I was watching it the other day.
You
It's
know what
really
she
cool.
needs? She needs an English introducer. Living vibrantly with Katika.
You mean British?
What did I get?
You said English.
Well, that is.
I guess that is
they're,
English.
They're from
British.
England.
British
Yeah.
English.
Living vibrantly with Katika. I'm Robin Leach, and you're living vibrantly with Katika.
Yeah, that would work. I think.
That was close.
But yeah,
I need
mean-
to work on that.
Yeah.
A lot going on here at the brewery.
You sounded more like Phil Leach.
I need to call him to do a station.
This upcoming Tuesday. This is an event I'm really looking forward to going to,
Yeah.
guys. This is the Brews with Attitudes, the event over at Pepin.
Right.
Is that like a beer snob thing? Like brews with attitudes? Like, yeah, we love beer.
I guess it kind of is, but you're going to have 100 different breweries representing there.
100?
I got a big-
100 different breweries.
I'm going to be waddling home.
We better get a cab.
I'm thinking we should certainly carpool, and that Miggy should not be able to drink.
Yeah, like I did at the Talkie Awards. Oh, dear God.
Actually, I drove. I don't remember how.
You know what? I'm going to call Tiffany, the waitress from there, and I'm going to get her on this radio.
Oh, yeah?
And she's
yeah?
going to be like, oh, that guy was crazy.
But yeah, this
He was so crazy.
But Brews with Attitudes, this is an event Pepin is having. If you're out there, you can still get tickets. You want to go to this event. Really cool thing. 100 different beers to choose from. O'Brien's has an event, and I know, Miggy, this is something that's close to your heart. This is the O'Brien's Walk for Moffat. That's
Yeah,
going on
they're
tomorrow,
doing. Yeah, they're
right?
doing this tomorrow. If you go to the O'Brien's page on Facebook, you can get lots of info on it. But they're doing the walk, and they're trying to raise money for Moffat Cancer Center again. They did it last week with the Ducky Derby. And I didn't know who the winners is because I didn't go. I kind of slept in.
Yeah.
Slept
What
in
happened?
a bit. Yeah. We got a little rowdy last weekend at your house. Man.
We did. Yeah, we certainly did right after the radio show from last
I was
week.
being kind of a bully.
And that was a lot of fun in
We
that
were
show.
playing,
We were joined by President Barack Obama.
Which
on
was
that
interesting.
show, which
I
was-
mean, you wouldn't think,
cannot believe-
that he would come to, this such a small level of broadcasting. I mean,
But you know what? Last show as well, one of the things that we were told, and Sancho, are you there?
Yes?
Okay, I wanted to ask you a question because last week you brought up the fact that you were seeking some legal representation regarding the reacquisition of your dog.
Yes.
It was a custody battle for Snake Plissken.
Snake
I believe.
Plissken. My dog, my Jack Russell Terrier.
Right.
Gary!
Yes.
Bring him up on screen, please.
I'm getting it.
You take forever. Where's Chris? I call
Hey, you know
Chris.
what? Why are you going to be...
I killed him.
You going to haze the new guy? Is that what you're going to
that's
do,
his
Sancho?
thing. Haven't you noticed, dude? That's
He's
kind of
looking ridiculous. Why is he wearing those ears?
No, well, you're seeing Snake Plissken right now.
Look
but
at my snake.
There it
Please.
is,
I
yeah,
miss
there's-
him
there's
so
the-
much.
Yes.
He might be in Vietnam.
Snake Plissken, who your ex-whore of a wife sent off to be extradited to Vietnam, apparently.
She put him in a box with
But,
holes.
but what's going on with the legal representation?
I
You said
called
you were
Steve
getting
Bartley.
an attorney.
He's very busy. He can get back to me.
It sounds like no attorney wants to take your
Yeah,
case.
it doesn't seem like there's probably anything in
Steve
it for him.
said he'd try.
He's very busy. I think you're going to have to find someone to go
He's
pro
trying,
bono.
but
with.
he's very-
we all know Steve's a busy guy. He does a show on Talkwad Networks also.
Absolutely,
Fighting
right.
Back with Steve Bartlett. Check it out. I tell you, that guy is sharp as a tack.
I mean, enterprising people are who we like to
Attack.
surround ourselves with, guys.
Yes.
And one last thing before we get into the beer call.
Yeah.
Now there's a rumor going on. Anybody listening to the show is aware of Lou Bob Jenkins, who's one of our contributors, as well as Sancho, who we're talking to now. But Sancho, I understand that.
And now one of my tenants.
Yeah, apparently Lou Bob and Sancho are both tenants of yours, and I understand
Yeah.
you guys are you're introducing a new business.
Oh, yes, Ben. We didn't talk about this at all last week.
Yeah, well, we did, but we
Actually,
wanted,
we did.
I know he did.
we wanted to.
I thought you weren't on the ball.
No, I'm totally on the ball, but
Bar.
yeah, but apparently you are taking on a new ill-advised business campaign with Lou Bob.
No, it's not ill-advised. It's good.
Yeah,
I
it sounds
clean-
like.
I clean traditional well.
Yeah, it involves you being suspended down into a well and cleaning it. That's your new business idea.
Ben, I can hang upside down for a very long time.
Well, listen, man, I've checked out the equipment because I was a little iffy on it too. You know, they're in my backyard, living back there, And
Hey, he's putting rope with the duct
no,
tape.
no, it's better than that. He's actually they've got the harness, and they have a winch on the back of his truck that they're using to lower him in it. So, I mean, it says it can hold a couple thousand pounds. And what do you weigh? Like about 25?
127.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
think
gained
it's
3 pounds.
I could work for a circus.
I think
could
it's
get your
kind
weight.
of a win-win situation for you, Joey, because
He needs the money. He needs the money.
if they raise the money, then they finally get the hell off of your property. But
I don't think they want to leave.
if there's some kind of untimely accident, that also vacates your property, if you know what I mean.
Well, see, I'm kind of enjoying their company now. You know, a lot of times when I got to
Really?
leave, yeah, well, I don't have to worry about anybody, breaking in my house other than Lou Bob.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you
know
gotta
who he
have-
is.
Yeah, what's
So-
that? You got that lady coming to clean your house now because he leaves crap marks all over the
Right,
floor.
but all together, it's been okay, man. I mean, I'm living out there by myself, so it's nice to have the guys out.
Well,
when
guys,
when are we going to pick the shrooms? What do you say? These
No,
mushrooms?
no.
No?
That was strawberries.
Oh,
Prank call.
no,
No, it was a prank call.
I just joke. I put you on the street in the front.
You did.
you have to really be careful what you say to Sancho.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
put you on
He's like
the,
a parrot.
the street
All
in
right,
the
you know, it's
front.
amazing, dude. He
No,
just kinda-
Miggy,
No, stop.
turn his mic off.
Yeah.
Why you always?
Just turn his mic
Yeah,
off.
thank
He's said enough.
All right. Yeah.
You know what? No, you're not a host, Sancho. You're not a host.
All right, moving along. Let's go. Let's
just get into the beer
Alright,
call.
Please,
alright,
Cameron.
alright.
Beer
Okay,
call.
Well, guys, we're going to start the show before we get into all the content that we actually have. We're going to start the show the way we do every program. That is with the beer call.
Do you know what he's trying to do there?
MacGyver.
That's MacGyver.
Freaking MacGyver, guys.
Yeah, I told him it wasn't going to work because he played it for me twice.
Say, you're
I was
not
like,
going to get them all, man.
Yeah.
No, I
MacGyver
didn't
was
get
not.
that
That
one.
was horrible, dude.
Yeah.
I was impressed by it. I
Did
thought
you
it
like
was-
it?
Thank you,
really?
Gary.
Yeah,
I
did.
like the
can't-
show.
I can't do that.
Yeah, well, you're
Look
wearing.
at this. I took 2 sticks and some cloth and made a mustache.
You know what? I think the OG's
MacGyver
just,
would have done something like that.
I think the
That's
OG's
true.
kissing ass right now since
He is.
he's a new guy.
I know.
Yeah.
He's also got a pair of green.
Gary is on
bunny
point.
ears
Don't
on,
even
so-
try that.
It is the beer
That's
call,
right.
though.
They're cute.
and
Beer call.
Since it is the beer call, that means it's time to assemble an ESB member here at the table.
I think we're all drinking the same thing, though.
I
dude.
think the magnanimous Bobby Every is standing there behind the bar.
Bobby Everett, to the front, please.
Bobby Every to the microphone, please.
Oh, are we gonna? Well, somebody
Is that
please.
another Bobby Everett we need to know
There's 2
about?
of them. Have a seat there, sir.
Welcome to the microphone, sir.
What's going on, man?
It's the magnanimous Bobby Everett.
Another day in paradise. Hey,
What's
fellas.
up, Bobby?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well.
So, rumor has it that ESB taps are popping up in even more places now. Is that
Rumor
correct?
has it.
Do I understand that correctly?
Fort Myers. We signed this morning with Fort Myers.
Shut
We'll be
it.
going to, our representative for Fort Myers is sitting behind me, Dave. He's going to be our rep in Fort Myers, and we're going
Welcome,
down south.
Dave.
He
Your
was
representative
sitting
just
behind
skated
you,
out.
but
He's like, I don't want to
Yeah.
talk.
He's like,
about it.
He's a
oh,
little,
he wants to hear.
He's a little microphone shy.
You know what's funny is he's actually not shy. I've been friends
Well,
with
no, he
Dave
wants to
for
go out and
over
hear it
10
on the
years.
PA.
He's actually the polar opposite of shy.
So he's
Yeah.
an extrovert.
You know him too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I think he's perfect for your selection down there because, hey, Dave's going to make it happen.
Hey, do I get
I think the-
good selection for the show and the beer?
No.
What? All right, just Sancho, just chill
Yeah,
out, bro.
just give it a second,
What the
man.
heck?
Give it a
What?
second.
What was
I think probably what's going on with Dave is he does have a security clearance and he probably doesn't want to be seen with us. That's probably what's going on. He's like, I'm just going to sit over here. And if there's a picture, Mike,
One of the few people that has a reputation to uphold that's on this show.
They're sweating me. I need to get out of here.
So Bobby, thank you for joining the program once again. You're part of the beer call here. Myself, I'm sitting here enjoying the buckwheat saison.
Okay.
Now, earlier, when I first got here,
Tay.
I did get to try the new edition, and this is something I wanted to get you to talk about. It's the Bonfray Belgian Pale.
Yes, it's a Belgian Pale Ale that Leslie made. She only made 10 gallons of it. Leslie, yeah. This afternoon or this morning, whenever she was meeting
Come on,
with the
Ben.
guys from Fort Myers, they were completely blown away with her beer experience, her beer knowledge. They were enthralled with and
Yeah.
she just gave them everything, and they just were like, wow. And these are beer people. These are commercial. They do that for a living.
Right.
And to have somebody like that on our staff that can talk beer is just incredible.
I told you we are going to. I'm not going to say it on the air because I don't want anybody biting our style. But I am going to have a world's first on this radio station very soon with the help of Mr. Reverend over here and myself. And Ben's probably going to be involved. He might look on or something like that.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not going to be involved. I engineer all this stuff.
Oh God, here we go again.
You can engineer whatever.
Every damn thing you hear has my fingers all over it.
I'm gonna get you a little train hat so you can be an engineer and you can choo choo.
So, but we will have a world's
feel the
first.
love.
And we're going to tout it as that. And I'm telling you, we're going to get some hits on YouTube. We're going to make some more.
So what are you drinking, Miggy?
I am drinking the Bon Free Belgian Ale, s'il vous plaît.
Very good, very tasty beer. And what are you drinking, Joe, over there?
The same thing.
The Bon Frere?
Bon Frere? Is that you saying?
It is the Bon Frere.
Bon Frere. Yeah. I didn't mean to like double up on anything, but it's a really good beer. I like it. I'm a Belgian guy. I like the Belgians, man. Yeah, I like the taste and the aftertaste. I think that's what I like most about Belgium is the aftertaste.
And I see also on tap now we've witnessed the revival of the Anne Bonny.
Anne Bonny, it's back.
Yeah,
Yes.
the chocolate cherry stout, which is
back.
a delicious beer to
It
drink.
doesn't last long. It gets poured pretty fast. We made a bunch of it this time, so it'll last for a while.
Well, I'm excited because that's one of my favorite beers you have here.
Absolutely.
Did you up at the cherry at all, or did you just kind of keep it on the same recipe?
No, we didn't up the cherry, but what we did is whenever we mashed it, our mash temperature was much lower, so it doesn't have quite so much bitterness.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a little nicer on your palate.
A little sweeter.
It's not quite carved like it should be, but it will be probably tomorrow. The next day, it'll be perfectly carved.
Oh man,
It just got put on it. Yeah.
So, while we have you here, we like to get into the drinking stories, the beer-related stories when we
here we
have
go.
one of your ilk, the MBE, the Magnanimous Bobby,
And
one of your ilk from the ESB Triumvirate, not
Now-
to be confused with the Cranial Emissions Triumvirate, but this beer is very interesting to me.
Before you do this, we're going to go ahead and do a little redux from last week, but I'd like you guys to join in.
Okay.
Let me start,
Oh,
and then
thanks.
you can join
I
in.
appreciate that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do my balls hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Do you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? Can you throw 'em over your shoulder like a blah, 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 blah? Rocky Mountain Oyster Stout, Bobby.
Yes, there's a style of beer. This is oyster stout beer.
Now,
And
this was something that Francis actually expressed some curiosity about making.
By curiosity.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Maggie? A friend of mine had this, and he said it was good, but he said it was kind of nutty. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh my God!
Come on.
Well, I tell you, this beer is it's supposed to be really good. They sell it in a 2-pack. It's got 7.5 ABV.
Get it? They sell it in a 2-pack. Get it?
There's a reason for that, and
It's a pair.
and not only is it 7.5 ABV, it's 3 BPB. Balls per barrel.
There you go. Is that what it is? Really?
Yeah, it's
3
balls per barrel.
Okay.
So apparently it's a really,
So
really,
where'd they
really
find a
good
cow?
beer.
Where'd they find a cow with 3 balls?
No.
Oh, it's 1.5 cows. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was
What?
mistaken
Yeah.
on that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But people are out there trying to make their name, and they're going to use whatever ingredient it takes to get some publicity. Another story, real quick, because we are running out of time here in this segment. But Miggy had a list. You've got 12 beers that I know you wanted to get into, Miggy, that are brewed with either meat, donuts, and then all
Dude,
kinds of other crazy ingredients.
You name it. You absolutely name it. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead. The first one's Lost Abbey Gift of the Magi. And this one is a Christmas-inspired beer which has frankincense bark in it and myrrh in the wort.
Wow.
And I don't know if you've ever been to church where they swing the thing around
Is that
and
what
it
that
smells
is?
like absolute ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Well,
The
you
big old
probably
s-
should. But yeah, I know what you're talking
that
about.
whole. I'm not talking
It's-
crap
it's
about the
incense.
church. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
smell all that
Right,
nice.
okay.
When it goes by you and that big old waft of smoke gets
Right,
up your business. And then they have Rogue Voodoo Donut Ale, and Voodoo Donuts is a specialty
it's in,
donut
like,
shop out of Seattle.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right,
It's
yeah.
and this one nails me right in the old gone.
It's a confection that's really popular in
This confection
in the
gives me an
Northwest.
erection. Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you about this
Whoa.
one. Rogue Voodoo Donut Bacon Maple Ale.
Wow, the Vermonter in you.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that listens to the
Oh.
Cranial Mission
Yeah.
show knows that Miggy has a
thing.
a real obsession
Yeah, I would
with the
say
use
obsession.
of maple and with the appropriate quality level
You-
of maple.
As a child, I used to drink the sap out of the buckets they used to stick to the tree. I used to get in a lot of trouble for that too, by the way, by my neighbor who was he made maple syrup in the little sugar house next door, which is really awesome because he'd give us a bunch. So I drink it out of the bottle at home and stuff like
Breathe,
that.
Mickey, breathe.
Yeah.
You're getting excited about the maple syrup. Is he, is he what it does to him?
what
Mickey?
else we got?
Yeah, it's mine.
We have
We're up
a
against it.
Southern Tier Creme Brulee Stout.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
That
just-
might be good. That's a banana thing, right?
and the only beer in here that's
Yeah,
that's a
banana.
domestic is the Michelob Ultra Dragon Fruit Peach, and I've actually had that because Sherry wanted to try it. It's really, really tasty, really
Okay.
sweet, and it probably has antifreeze in it, but that's neither here nor there.
Whoa, hey.
We've already discussed the
Allegedly.
fact that
Allegedly.
we've discussed the fact that here at ESB there is no use of antifreeze or any kind of offending chemical.
Anything that doesn't make your tummy say yum.
They use the best of the best.
That's the best of the best.
We buy the best ingredients available.
There's a slippery pig pickle sour, and what you're going to taste in this beer is pickles and and
That might be good.
yeah, it's like a cucumber pale ale is kind of
Maybe.
what you're going to kind of get with that one. And then they have a Ballast Point habanero sculpin, and it's a really spicy hot beer with citric flavors. Really nice stuff.
I
And,
tell you, one of my
so
favorite
many
beers.
awesome
While you're
things.
talking about habanero, one of my favorite beers here at ESB was that limited edition habanero saison that you had.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, but that was a man's beer.
That was a man's beer.
That wasn't that hot.
It was hot.
You
No,
wanna-
it was
hey,
pretty
we need-
spicy.
We need to take
I
that.
beg to differ. That was
We
hot.
need to
I'm,
take
I'm
that.
with you, Bobby. That was hot.
It was a great beer to put in your chili, though, because it,
Oh, wow.
But we need to take that
wow.
beer and we need to turn that shit. We need to turn that stuff up a notch.
There you go.
I almost said it. I almost went.
Self-censored.
I almost said self-censored. Then we got Shock Top Chocolate Wheat, which I've had. It's a brilliant beer. Really, really tasty.
It's okay.
I like it. I
It's
don't
okay.
care. Then they have just the last one, Short Brewing's OMG WTF BBQ beer. Okay, what you're gonna taste in this is it's like they have smoky hops and tangy, sweet, special flavors and just good stuff, man.
I think one thing we could take from this is that it's pretty much open what you can do with beers. It's amazing.
I mean, and Leslie, you saw
It's
Leslie.
unbelievable. After I took your your class here with
Francis?
Yeah, no. The other
Oh, David?
Dave, yeah,
Dave
Dave.
teacher?
I'm sorry, yeah, it was Dave, and it was great class, man. He really taught me a lot, and it was unbelievable when he started telling him what you could do in the first. And then in the second, you could add just different fruits, and it was my mind started going crazy. I was like, you can do almost anything with this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any kind of food product that you normally eat, you can put in beer. Now the trick is matching the taste, so
Right.
that you end up with something that's pleasant.
Right. I mean, but you don't almost know until you try it. Some
Yeah,
of
you
the stuff,
don't, because-
Some of these things sound like they'd be horrible.
Once it ferments, and there's so many different kinds of yeast that you can use. One yeast will make it taste this way, and another yeast will make it taste that way.
Right.
So now you're really experimenting. So you take
And
a
then there's-
1,000 different kinds of yeast in all the food products. So it's incredible the combinations of beer you can make.
Well, guys, I mean, we are up against it. We're about to head into a quick commercial
Already?
break, but
Jeez.
I mean, time flies on this show as always. And Bobby, once again, we thank you every week. We thank all you guys for letting us be a part of
And
your
our new
dream.
poster, man.
Yeah, we
Check it
merged
out,
our
brother.
dream with yours, and now this is
Now we got a poster,
it
man.
bears fruit, my friend. ESB Brewing presents the Cranial Mission Show.
The two
So-
triumvirates have created
That's
an
right.
amazing thing.
They
here.
have merged onto one path. So thank you so much for having us a part of the program.
Or they
And,
have.
Or they merged.
Thank you guys.
You moist.
It's incredible what you guys do for us, and we can't thank you enough.
well, we love being here, brother. So with that, we're going to jump into a quick commercial break. For all you Craniacs out there, all you listeners, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Howdy, folks. Billy Boy's back and ready to get you mile high. Thanks for voting, all you Greenleafs, and opening the door for Amendment 64. I am excited to announce to you the grand opening of my top-shelf marijuana boutique and emporium, Commander and Leaf. At Commander and Leaf, we only procure from the choicest fields and botanical masters. From sour diesel to Maui Wowie and candies to space cakes, we have it all. All our confections are created right on site, so come seal the deal and enjoy some Billy Delights. And don't forget to check out my other products, Billy Bags and Bill Doughs, for all my discriminating constituents. I am Bill Clinton, and I approve these party supplies and fuck toys.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stewart. ESB Brewing says partner advertising. We spend our money on beer, which is true. I'm not even getting paid for this spot.
Hey there, this is Nelson from the Cranial Mission Show. You want the skill set necessary to succeed in broadcasting? Before enrolling at Jimmy Chin's School for Broadcasting, I was told that I didn't have a voice for radio. Jimmy Chin's special techniques helped me develop a voice that is now professional and polished. His intensive 2-hour training program was well worth the $2,000 that I borrowed from my sister. So don't let your dreams go up in smoke. Call Jimmy Chin today.
Jimmy Chin only accepts cash. Individual success stories may vary.
I'm Hall of Famer Charles Barkley. You're listening to the Cranial Emission Show. And for three white boys, it's not terrible.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from ESB Brewing, located here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Suite D.
407. A raucous crowd forming here. We're starting to pile the people in, and why not when you look at the 15 different beers to choose from that can be served to you from the ITJ, the illustrious TJ himself, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured.
The Dark Lord of Something Poured.
Joined by the OG himself, the outspoken Gary, as our producer.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Hello, what's going on?
We are the Triumvirate. So call in. You can be a part of the show. 813-NEW-TALK is the number to call. Go to Facebook, facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network, and like that damn page. Guys,
What's the Twitter page, Ben?
The Twitter page is at Cranial8.
And at M1K3Y813. That's me.
Okay, that is Miggy. So there you go. Miggy, Ben
KY.
Charles, and Joey T here to serve you some knowledge. But guys, going into the second segment here, we are also a bit of a sporting-related show, and
well, we're fans.
Hockey season. That's one of the reasons why we're so much more hirsute right now, at least why I am. I mean, the reason why the beard just continues to grow is because of the Montreal-Boston series, which I was very disappointed by as of last night.
Yeah, it was a good game, though.
Good game, but
that game was amazing.
Bad ending.
It sucks how it ended, but you know what? I mean, you could only push so far, and it was just a fluky
I mean,
thing.
as Lightning fans, you just you're compelled to wish ill upon the Boston Bruins.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hate any team from Boston.
Yeah.
And most people. Just kidding. I'm sure. No, that was horrible. But no. We just play them a lot. It seems like teams from Tampa play them a lot in a lot of important games.
Baseball
and we win
hockey.
sometimes, but a lot of times they beat us, especially in hockey. And yeah, you know what, dude?
It sucks that they're so good.
And then you got to hear about in that accent. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they're wicked. The game was wicked. We
It
died.
was
I can't
wicked,
believe
man.
it's so good over there.
That guy's a bum.
We beat Montreal. Price is a bum.
Well, you know what? It's a series that's tied to
Superman
too.
is a bum.
But you look at the other playoff series. I mean, we're now down to essentially 4 different matchups, right? And you look at the Penguins series, now up, 3 games
Dude,
to 1?
They are kicking the
3
Rangers
games to 1
ass.
against the Rangers. And who would have really saw this coming? You look at the series at the No, but you look at the Penguins series before, Miggy, the one against Columbus, and the goaltending struggles that you saw from Fleury.
I was going to say, you're a Fleury hater. This must be surprising you to death.
Fleury has been playing very
and
well.
he's played well.
But I even think Columbus could beat the Rangers. The Rangers are incomplete. They're missing some stuff.
They are.
They're really missing.
I tell you what,
right now.
the problem with them is they got Marty St. Louis.
Well, all right, hold on a second. Before you go there, Marty
kidding.
St. Louis did lose his mother yesterday from
Oh,
a heart attack.
never mind. I'm sorry.
We out of respect for the old Marty.
Wow,
out of respect for Marty,
buzzkill.
we apologize.
Sorry, Marty. I didn't mean it like
condolences
that.
to him and his family.
But that series was a surprise. But you look over in the West, okay, and you have Minnesota finally won a game. You got a 2-1 series there. And Anaheim in that series, the Kings, who were surging after coming back from a 3-0 deficit against the San Jose Sharks, come back, basically sweep out the last 4 games of that series and won the first 2 games of the series against Anaheim. So is it a chink in the armor with the Kings? Is it just a minor setback? I guess we'll find out here.
Well, I'd say they're on a
but
roll.
It's surprising because that was a home game.
I would say they were on a roll unless we were talking about Montreal, and then I would say we were on a croissant.
Sacre bleu.
But one of the two.
And we want it to be as warm as your mother's womb.
Now another hockey news. One of the things I wanted to pose to you guys. Oh, thank you, ITJ. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. The illustrious TJ. That's why we call him the Dark Lord of Something Poured.
Clap, clap,
Dude, he totally came out of the darkness and brought that beer.
He
to
did.
you.
He senses it. He knows when you're running out of beer. This is why you
He
go to
knows when
ESB
your
Brewing.
beer's gone. He knows when you need another.
It's not Christmas
one.
yet,
It comes out
Miggy.
the
Yeah,
dark
dude.
and
It's
full.
not Christmas yet. Yeah.
I don't think you go with the
We
dark.
still have a few more months for that.
I need to think of that. I really blew that one.
Yeah.
But
That was all right, though.
one of the things in the NHL that's puzzling to me is now that there's this new rumor. You look at the NHL, and in the National Hockey League, there's so many instances now where you're seeing players that either have retired jerseys, they have this established legacy with their respective teams.
Right.
And all of a sudden now they're being promoted to these positions, whether it's a president, a GM, whatever. And you wonder if it's a figurehead. I mean, you saw with Steve Eiserman, he certainly earned the right to be there. But now you see where there's a rumor that Wayne Gretzky may go to Washington, to the Washington Capitals,
bad idea.
to be put into their leadership situation. Is this a good idea? It sounds like for Miggy it's not, but to me, I think this is a serious window that could potentially tarnish his legacy.
I have to agree with you there.
Well,
Because
as what, president?
No, he's going to be. What the heck is his position going to be?
Is this something like scouting or
President of hockey operations or something?
Right.
Yeah, president of
Yeah.
hockey. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you were right. You know, I don't know about this, man. I mean, what did he do behind the bench for the Coyotes?
Yeah, with Phoenix,
What?
it was disastrous for him, really. I mean, as a coach, didn't do that very well over
I don't
there.
say it was disastrous,
Well-
but it wasn't a good showing.
Coaching's but you guys got to admit coaching's a lot different than
He's not a. He's,
he's going to be like setting up a team now. He's going to be setting up a coach with probably a GM, and then getting players.
Well,
and having
because
a say in the
Washington
players they
Capitals
have.
cleaned house. I mean, they fired George McPhee. They fired Coach Adam Oates as
Right.
well. So they had totally cleaned house.
Right, but what I'm saying is he doesn't have to. This is not about getting the players to play, which maybe he wasn't good at doing, or wasn't smart, or whatever.
You know what they need to do?
It's about setting up a team. So he hasn't been tried at this.
It's about
He
putting
might be good at
together
it.
the appropriate personnel.
I mean, he knows.
They need to get Bill Bellamy in there and teach them how to be a player. Like that movie he was in, How to Be a
Wow.
Player. He will teach them the way.
Yeah. You know what? That was on TV last night, and I was
And you
like,
know what that was called? That's called a segue onto something else.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Wayne Gretzky's going to fail.
Well, and speaking of players, we'll get into baseball real quick. And with the baseball situation here in Tampa, no wonder we're still watching the hockey playoffs because, let's face it, there's not a whole lot to be excited about
well,
right
you know
now
what? There
with
was
the
on
Rays.
Tuesday when we wrote this thing.
There was. I mean, at that moment when we wrote the whole segment for the show, the outline for the show, they had swept Boston and they had won 2 out of 3 from
But
the
you know
Yanks.
what? All
But
that
right
matters.
now, they're still at the bottom in the division.
Well, absolutely. They haven't won. They got swept by Orioles, man. We have a hard time with the Orioles.
we do. For the last
Baltimore.
couple of seasons.
But look
easy.
at their lineup. And the funny thing about this lineup is one of their big hitters was out. Chris Davis was out. Now the guy who was replacing him at first did hit a home run during it, so I don't know how much his bat was missed. But Machado was out for the first game, and really, I don't know. Our bats definitely make guys look like great pitchers, man. Ubaldo Jimenez looked like he was fantastic. Although he didn't pitch that well. He walked a bunch of people, and honestly, we got to start getting people in. We got to get people.
Well, our hitting is flat. Our pitching has been. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think.
No. Actually, our pitching is going to be an issue until we get our guys
No,
back. And I
you
think
talk about getting in, like getting the runs in, like
yeah,
that
yeah. I'm
full
saying
bases,
we get guys. Yeah, we got bases loaded. We got anytime you get a guy on second base, that's
We
that's
just
called
need
a guy in
hits.
scoring position, and he needs to get home. And
I'll take
they got to
base
figure out a
hit.
way to do it.
I'll take 1,000 base hits. I don't care.
Absolutely, man. We had plenty of chances last night. I watched the entire game, and it got to the point where even in the ninth inning we had a guy on. But we have a problem with double plays. Longoria. Dude, you got to get the. You got to
pop-ups and pop-ups.
Pop-ups are better than hitting the ground ball when a guy's on first. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
'Cause now there's not 2 outs. There's still 1 out and a guy on first base. We have a big problem with hitting the ball directly to the shortstop and turning these double plays where the guy, you're not even halfway down the line.
But how are you feeling about the chances right now when you look at the Rays? You look at the scope of work
They're fine.
that we've seen at this point. You
They're
think
gonna
they're
be-
fine?
yeah,
You
they're
think they're going to work their
absolutely
way out of
fine.
this?
Yeah, absolutely,
I mean, it
man.
wouldn't be the first time when you look at the Rays. It wouldn't be the first time that they've stumbled at the beginning of the season and then dug their way out of it.
I see it this way.
But this is the highest payroll we've seen in years.
Right, but every team, and if you look through baseball, very rarely does a team make it through a season without their little period of injuries.
You.
Hopefully, all right, their little time period of injuries, and this is the Rays' time. So hopefully, actually the Yankees are going through it too, and I think they'll see it more with their older players. But the Rays players are young, and I think once they get Cobb back, I think Cobb's going to be a big stabilizing force in their lineup. I really want to see him back on the mound, but let's talk about what we all saw last night.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a break and leave now for a little while. 'cause
No,
I don't
actually,
care.
I want your opinion on something.
No, I mean,
right,
you
I'm
act like you
teasing.
don't care about the
hold
NFL
on,
draft.
I'm teasing you guys.
But you do
I'm
watch
teasing.
pro football. Don't
I
act
do,
like you don't.
I do.
I heard.
But they make so much crap for the
Oh,
draft.
it's
I
retarded.
just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, so much so that they delay the airing of the draft.
At the
and,
end
and people have complained of how long this took. It's been, 2 weeks later than it normally is for the draft. But the ratings last night were the highest that they've been in years.
Yeah,
so
it was 3
all this
times-
is going to do is galvanize them to do this again.
It was 3 times as high as a playoff NBA game. You know that?
I was 3 times as high as. Wait.
No.
No.
The playoffs were.
Yes.
But
the thing about the draft is, why don't we go ahead and talk about it after the season's over to see if these players even amount to crap? Okay, this guy went here, this guy went there. Johnny Manziel went to a crappy organization that's upcoming.
Yeah, but you know what? You say that, Miggy, but when the hockey draft shows up, I don't see you making the same comments. I mean, you were just as
I
excited
don't watch
as
the
I
hockey
was.
draft either.
Oh, come on. You were excited about the draft pick of Jonathan Drouin just as much as I was.
Well, he just waits to
that's
see
it.
the results. He's not
How
like
many
holding
players
breath.
are in all those drafts? A ton.
But you look at the NFL draft, and this is where they really retool.
Mike Evans. Okay, I'm excited right there, and that's it. I don't care
the
where
Bucs
Johnny
do
Manziel
pick
is.
up Mike Evans, and yeah, but the hoopla, I agree, and this is one of the reasons why in this show we didn't do any kind of mock drafts. We didn't get into it over and over again in terms of the pre-draft analysis. But now that the draft has occurred, it's certainly worth discussing.
Yes, it is.
You look at the way things went down, and Manziel, all you heard time in and time
ridiculous
out
amount of
for
Manziel.
weeks was that he's going to go as a top 5 pick. Didn't get drafted until what? I think it was a
22.
22nd pick by Cleveland, right?
And you know what? That speaks to his douchebag character.
You know what I like about the draft last night was that I now have a person. You know me, I'm not a hater. I really, I like to hear people's success, but I now have someone that I will love to see getting hit by linebackers and defensive ends throughout the league.
Next to Michael Vick.
Because when he got called up, did you see what the first thing he did? I watched it. I actually saw it. Yeah, he makes the money sign.
Yeah.
And
he makes the money sign.
Allegedly, that was for the little boy, but he did that way before that little kid.
And he had this swagger when he walked up. You know what I mean?
Dude,
There's
did you
almost
hear-
this total sense of entitlement that goes with him.
DBS, douchebag swagger.
Did you hear? Did you hear what he said afterwards? They asked him what he thought would happen if Dallas had drafted him. He's like, man, I think that the world might have ended right then and there, dude. I mean, come on, dude. How arrogant are you, dude? I mean, this guy is. I cannot wait to see. Urlacher's not playing anymore. I want to see somebody just destroy him. Von Miller just light him up and just break his.
It's all good. He's on the Browns.
It's an interesting experiment, though, because there's two ways of looking at this in terms of the mobile
He's gonna get
quarterback.
destroyed.
The mobile quarterback that's capable of having these intangibles that win games. Now, you've seen in the past where guys like a Tim Tebow didn't translate to the NFL, but then you've also seen in recent history where guys like a Russell Wilson do translate quite well to the NFL.
Right.
So is Johnny Football the next Tim Tebow, or is he maybe the next Russell Wilson? Maybe he's a better version of Russell Wilson.
When they stop calling him Johnny Football and Johnny Magic or whatever the hell they're calling him, and let him just play and shut the F up, then we'll hopefully expect
all right, check
something
it
But
out.
you've seen it in the past with guys like RG3 as well that are already glossed.
You know what
before
told
they
me,
walk
dude,
in.
we can't call anything from this draft, but you know what told me a lot? When the Eagles failed to draft him. Because the Eagles, now granted, homeboy, what's his name, played awesome last year. I think he had 2 interceptions.
Come on, Nick Foles, right?
Nick Foles had like
yeah.
27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. When they didn't draft him, though, because what person, because Manziel was actually recruited by Chip Kelly at Oregon.
Over at Oregon, yeah.
Right, and he decided to go with Texas A&M instead. Now, who would run a Chip Kelly offense better than Johnny Manziel if he's that good of that quarterback?
Agreed.
And they
He's got that
passed
run
on
and
him.
shoot
Now maybe they don't want.
But of course they're going to pass on him. They had to sign Nick Foles.
Right, and they had other needs. I
They're-
know,
they're
but
paying the money.
But
They don't.
Ben, if he was that good,
You're talking about a quarterback that threw for 2 interceptions. They don't need another quarterback.
I know, but if he was that good, Nick Foles could get hurt. If he was that good, I'm telling you.
Johnny Manziel's good, but
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
think
No,
he's
he's not.
But hold on, he's good, but he's not that good.
He's not that good.
He's not. But he did well in college. He's too tiny, and I don't think.
I mean, I think the consensus that you really saw.
I don't think he's that
He's
good.
got a funny face.
When you
too.
listen to the Kuipers and all these different pundits, all these different draft pundits, the storyline really became with the quarterbacks that they lost draft stock. As the combine went by, as they started doing their interviews, you really saw where quarterbacks began to fall lower and lower in the draft. Blake Bortles.
Yeah, what a surprise was that?
surprise.
Nobody had him on the board.
I don't
that
know.
high,
Blake
though, did
Bortles
they?
was by many considered to be the top quarterback.
Right,
in
but
terms
that
of,
high though.
Well, in terms of prototypical
Okay, all right,
size,
right.
and so you saw him go. But after that, I mean, you saw Manziel fall to 22. You saw Bridgewater fall to the very last
Yeah,
pick
but
at 32
it
in
was
that
a
draft.
wide receiver
The
heavy
quarterback
draft.
stock has fallen, and then you look at the Raiders, and they go and get a guy in Derek Carr today in the second round. and many people consider Derek Carr to be just as good. You look at the draft consensus, and I think that the overall opinion is, guys, that the quarterbacks, the stock and all the quarterbacks that were out there maybe wasn't as high as they initially thought it would be going into the draft.
Actually, you know that you say that it's high. Derek Carr in that photo on your screen looks very high.
Well, he's high on millions of dollars as he's about to sign.
Yeah, it's a good.
High
You know
on
what?
that green.
Like I said, I hate to be somebody who's like, because congratulations, these guys. They've worked hard, and I think a lot of people fail to realize these dudes, for most part, have worked out their entire lives. They've eaten pretty good. You know, they are living like kings at college. We know the chicks are after them and blah blah blah. But that just goes with the territory. These dudes are in good shape. They worked hard, so this is a great night for them. But I do agree with Miggy a little bit. It's a little boring, man. I get a little tired. They kind of put him on Front Street.
Well, you do
it's a weird sitch, dude. Why don't they just call him at home?
It's not the kind of Front Street we're talking about. It's not the crowd.
No, but it's just weird that it's like we got to get something out of them when they're still young, and we embarrass them in front of people, because this is nothing. They'll never do this again.
Let's sit and wait
This is
for
a
20 minutes for somebody to pick somebody's
the camera
name.
on Manziel was
But
unbelievable.
it's a media-starved society, Joe. Everybody
It's like
seeks the
60
media
minutes on
attention.
him.
and it got ratings, so
it
we
got
nailed it.
ratings.
I mean, that's it.
But you see some of the side stories that evolve out of it. One of the interesting side stories that we saw evolve out of it was the fact that the Bucs adamantly supported their quarterback situation. When they were asked after the first round, how come he didn't go after Manziel when he was available, Lovie Smith said flat out that Mike Glennon is the quarterback of the future.
you remember
now, that's a statement that he never said prior to
that's
this.
why they brought McCown
So
in.
that's an interesting little side story.
Do you remember when he was talking about McCown, saying McCown, he was going to go with McCown earlier?
Yeah. Well, that I mean,
you remember that when he first brought him to? He's like, I'm you know.
Well, he didn't say he was going to go. He said he left the open the open competition comment out there,
Right,
which
but-
normally means
right.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the other guy, kind of thing.
Right.
Well, guys, we are up against it. We got to go into a quick commercial break. That's our sports segment, I guess, for the evening.
Wow.
Now, when we get back from commercial break, we will be joined by Katika. He's going to talk to us about her show that she hosts known as Living Vibrantly.
Living vibrantly with Katika.
And apparently Robin Leach is now up for nomination
Tonight
for
we're
a
living
host.
vibrantly with Katika.
So, guys, all you out there, all you Craniacs that are listening, stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Comrade, are you a wealthy man like myself, afraid to commit to marriage, fearful you wind up in courtroom next to Heather Mills? You work hard all your life, why you should forfeit half of your rubles if it doesn't work out, huh? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, you will not have to pay arm and leg if marriage crumbles like Soviet Republic! My name is Boris Kuznetsov. I am previous owner of professional KHL hockey team in greatest league in the world. During my time as owner of Dimitrov Dictators, I realized some of business principles found in sports could be applied to love life. In Russian KHL, if you invest in players who no longer perform, we let contract expire. We do not do the same in marriage. Why? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, we arrange union between shrewd single businessmen with eager young women from Eastern Europe. Take the lovely Svetlana from Siberia. This mobile 19-year-old farm girl is ready to please even the most elderly of men for rich Western lifestyle. After 5 years, the contract expires with renewal option. If she keeps icing the puck, she's out of luck, you know what I mean, huh? She don't want to go back to Siberia. It's as cold as walrus nipple. Or how about for you, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Katerina, who is former Soviet gymnast who just got released from corrective labor camp after 10-year sentence for making Russia look like toothless babushka in the 2002 Summer Olympic Games. Imagine what this little tart will do to your balance beam for a taste of Western freedom, huh? At Glorious 5-year plan, we pride ourselves on gorgeous, collectible, eligible, and desperate women. So why not call me, Boris, at 1-800-RED-WIFE for free consultation. Come, be part of the people's revolution against conventional matrimony. And remember, at Glorious 5-year plan, we might be Russian, but we don't believe in redistribution of wealth. Aye, okay?
This is the Godfather, Vito Corleone. I'm listening to the Cranial Emission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T himself. These are good boys. Understand?
There we go. Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, guys. Coming to you live from 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet. Indeed.
407. We are
Yeah.
into the third segment of the show, and as we've talked about many times on the program here that we broadcast every Friday from ESB Brewing, we have the pleasure, the luxury of being served by the ITJ. Why do we call him the ITJ? Because he is known as the illustrious TJ, also known as the Dark Lord or something poured. But so many people ask me all the time, all the Craniacs, they say, what is TJ really thinking as he walks around here and he smiles all the time and serves everybody? And that leads us into a segment that we're about to introduce known as What is TJ Really Thinking? As he sits over there and pours. TJ.
Turn her face into a toilet seat. Oh, yeah, baby. Drip, drip, drip.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess we just found out what TJ was really thinking.
Wow.
Maybe we
He's
don't.
got a nasty mind, that kid.
Maybe we don't really want to know what TJ's thinking.
I
in
couldn't
the
quite
future.
hear it. We're going to have to dial in a little better next time.
Yeah, we'll have to dial into his thoughts a little bit
'Cause
better.
I want to say it was like the Dave Chappelle thing, but the drip, drip, drip.
It sounded like the R. Kelly thing.
Oh, you know, make
Yeah.
my life complete as Turner Fist. I'm sorry. Katika, welcome.
Yes.
I'm
Anyway,
so
welcome
sorry.
Katika to the show. This is the host of a program known as Living Vibrantly. And, you know, Katika, I had the privilege of watching your show, your recent show.
We all did.
You had a yoga instructor. She was a massage therapist, a yoga holistic expert. I mean, the whole gamut. And I have to ask you, you know, after watching your show, Living Vibrantly, explain to the Craniacs, to all listeners out there, what the theme of your show is all about.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you guys. I'm so happy to be here. I really appreciate spending time with you guys and being able to share the message.
Well, you say that now.
I say that now.
After we lead in with that, you know.
Yeah. Ask me at the end of my interviews
Right,
how I
yeah.
truly feel. No, but Living Vibrantly is a great message. It's about how you can live vibrantly through mind, body, spirit, as you align what you're eating, your mindset, and then the spirituality aspect of life. So we kind of combine that. I personally teach Qigong, which is a Chinese form of breathing movement, and I also teach foods that heal the body, and I'm also a hypnotherapist. But I'm not limited to those ideas or modalities, so I love to bring in people like the yoga instructor, the Thai yoga, to teach people that there are other avenues that you can take to get into a more vibrant living. Because life is short, you know?
How does one fall into the role of becoming a hypnotherapist? Like what drove you to seek out that kind of skill?
I have a guess.
I want to take advantage of people while they're under hypnosis.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Good guess.
Oh, wow.
Nailed it.
Not at all. Not at all. No. Actually, it was kind of a life transformational thing for me. I was going through a lot of things personally, and hypnotherapy seemed to be able to help understand a little bit about life and a little bit about what we tend to grab at childhood and take it to our adulthood. And so hypnotherapy is
Which is a lot.
It's almost kind of, you talk about kind of like the life dramas we bring with us.
Yes, kind of thing. So what hypnosis does, and we're always under hypnosis. If you think about it, you'll be driving on 275, and before you know it, you missed your exit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're like, where was I? You know.
I fell
so
asleep.
that's hypnosis.
I fell asleep today on MLK for
you
like
did?
3 seconds. Yeah,
Wow,
very
no,
not good.
it's not good.
That's not good.
But you know, I actually I got introduced to yoga through doing P90X. And granted, their version was a little extreme, and as such, I've tamed it down. But I find yoga to be one of the best things. I used to wrestle in high school, did a lot of stuff. Yoga is the best for like ankle strength and leg strength and just having good balance.
Well,
man.
you certainly get a lot of core strength from it too.
I love yoga,
but
man.
it also,
I really do. I think
mean,
it's
correct me if I'm wrong, Katika, but it's also about breathing. It's
Absolutely.
about getting
Yes.
finding a rhythm internally.
Well, actually, that's why I'm so passionate about Qigong, because in yoga, it's such a beautiful art too. It's an art and science, obviously.
well, not when I do it, but when most people do it, it's very art. Well, my legs is usually not as straight.
But I
You
think
might not want to watch Joe do it.
His downward
No.
facing dog
No.
looks like a busted ass camel.
No.
You can't unsee what you just saw. Maybe you don't want to have him on the show doing it. I'm just saying.
No, I don't want to be on the show doing it. No. This is meant for my garage where my
your
my
garage.
mat is.
Is that where you?
No, that's where my mat's at, and that's where I do my
magazines. We'll leave that alone.
We'll leave that alone.
Now
That's another show.
Yeah,
No,
that's a show.
it's not
altogether.
this show.
Now I'm
It's definitely not this show.
I was a chef at one time, and I make all kinds of crazy healthy food. I'm gonna have to start posting on your page.
He is really good at
Oh,
that.
I would
make,
love that.
I make some amazing stuff.
He really
Do you
does.
Like, what do you like to create?
Summertime, I'll bring in watermelon, chia seeds, flax seeds.
Oh, I love it.
Mangoes, coconut milk.
You make ceviche.
You
It's
name
really,
it. I
really
make
good.
some
Yeah.
ceviches are real good.
Wow.
I
We'll
try
definitely have to talk,
Yeah,
for sure.
I
I
make
would
some
love that.
healthy base salads, kale, parsley, mint,
Oh, love
cilantro,
kale.
but all mixed into one with just lemon juice and lime juice sometimes, and probably no salt at all most of the time.
So Katika, I've got to ask you. There must have been, when people ask us about why we formed this show, there's a galvanizing reason behind it. There's an impetus behind it that started the purpose of the show. I'm certain that you had some kind of moment in your life that convinced you to convey this message. Obviously, you feel passionate about this lifestyle. So what was that crystallizing moment that made you think to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do a show about this, and I'm going to tell everybody about it?
The epiphany.
The epiphany. Okay. Well, I actually started on television a few years ago. I did a local Pinellas 18 show. I auditioned against 800 people, and I got the part.
Oh, great.
And
Wow.
So we would do it in English and then in Spanish, and I think that's one of the reasons why they liked my work, because I was able to translate fairly quickly and easily to the next show. So once I got that bug, the TV bug, I was like, wow, I would love to do this.
It was fun, right?
And it was fun.
And you were making,
just
yeah,
like
it's
you
great.
guys.
Yeah.
We all
It's
have such
addicting.
fun.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, radio, TV, whatever it is, it's just behind that.
Yeah, you just have a good time doing
Have a
it,
good time.
and you would love to just do it for a living. You're like, this is the way
And
to
so
go.
that energy stayed with me.
Yeah.
And so once I started losing a lot of weight and getting into more of a different mindset, I just said, why not share this with others and say, hey, this is pretty easy. It's not like it's complicated.
It's not as bad as you think. And
So
you're gonna be
you threw
happier.
that out there. You just threw that out there. You just said you started losing a lot of weight. So
Yes.
now I've got to ask you, because you put it out there for everyone to hear. So just how much weight did you start to lose once you adopted a new lifestyle?
Total 35 pounds.
Wow,
Nice.
Yeah.
that's significant.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'2.5", so that's a lot of weight.
You're still a foot taller than our friend Sancho, and who hasn't said hello to Katika yet.
Sancho, oh my God,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
so
I'm so mesmerized. Don't tell Leslie, don't tell
Oh wait, so now you're in love with another female that we have on the show?
No, he
She's
just
very beautiful,
he
mucho
appreciates-
preciosa.
Gracias, Sancho.
Sí.
Tú eres muy buen mozo.
Oh, go.
Now you have to be careful with him, Katika, because
Arriba.
he's a little so
he doesn't know
shall
what
we
you can say and can't say on the radio.
More.
No, you can't. Let's be careful. Remember.
Why?
I'm just saying. Remember, we're on the air. We
I'm a
can't-
nice man.
He's a very nice man.
He is very
Why is
nice.
my
I'm not saying
mic
anything
so
bad about him. He's
echoey?
got a great heart.
I don't know
Sometimes
why.
he's got a bad mouth.
My mic sounds
And I love his mustache, by the way.
It's
Ah,
excellent.
nice.
Yeah.
Why is my mic so... Gary, why is my mic so echoey?
It's just your voice.
No.
Yeah.
You just have an echoey voice.
Oh, right.
But anyway, obviously, when you're of shorter stature, you can't necessarily hold the weight.
That's right.
But that's really not. Yes. Obviously, it's nice to lean out. It's nice to look better. But it's also about how you feel.
Yeah, it's
And
about
when,
feeling better.
When I hear
Yes.
the name of your show, when I hear Living Vibrantly.
Living vibrantly with Katika.
What do you think about
I
Robin
love
Leach
that.
doing that?
I love that. I heard that earlier.
I would be
and
more
was
than
like,
happy to
he's
make an
brilliant.
intro for you.
I would love that. It just adds more dimension to the show, more excitement, more energy.
Yeah.
I may not
We
be
should-
Robin Leach, but this is Katika and living vibrantly.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Done.
But
Done
I mean,
deal.
I
I'm
think
Paul.
I think the name of your show really captures the essence of what it's all about.
Thank
Because
you.
by living
Thank you.
vibrantly, it's not just about the way you look. It's about
No.
the way that you feel. It's about the
Right.
life experiences
And it's
that you
not
have.
about, and one of the things I stress so passionately is it's not about diet. It's not about going into this diet world where you lose 30 pounds and then you're suffering. And
It's about eating right.
It's
exactly.
a diet for your mind.
It's about finding things that are healthy and eating and that you like.
But at
Don't
the same
force
time,
yourself to eat crap, though.
But at the same time, if you want the beer, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Moderation. In moderation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's living vibrantly. It's not limiting. Your
I'm not sure I'm familiar with this moderation.
Yeah,
concept.
you've had a hard time with it, but honestly,
That's okay. We can talk afterwards.
I've been pretty good at it up until now. I mean, I've learned how to. I found things that I like to eat that are healthy for me, and I eat a lot of that.
That's right.
And I don't really try to force things that, like people say,
And
don't
we
you
have
got to eat this.
We
And I'm
have
like,
such a
"Yeah."
perfect body that the body will recognize the things that are good for you,
Right.
and actually you'll start not wanting the Oreos, not wanting the Doritos.
Oh,
which
Oreos
is-
are the worst thing ever.
100%. No,
Those things
I
are so
agree.
nasty.
Now, one thing I've got to ask you, you mentioned diet, but this is something I've said in the past, back when I was on a strict regimen and wasn't fat, but diet is something that is inappropriately used because the notion of saying the word diet implies that it's temporary. Meanwhile, it's
And limiting.
Right.
Limiting.
Meanwhile, it's not diet; it's lifestyle.
Exactly.
That's really what it should be called.
That's the key, right?
Yeah,
I don't ever use the word diet. When people say, "Oh gosh, Kathy, they haven't seen me in years," and they say,
Right.
"Wow, you look great. What are you doing?" What diet are you on? I said, "No diet." This
I
is a
thought her
lifestyle."
name was Katika.
I'm sorry, Katika. Katika.
You know what? You change your diet, but you don't go on a diet. I think that's the way to look
Exactly.
at it.
You have to look at it as diet as in what you consume right instead of I'm going on a diet to lose weight.
And you know, most of the things are simple right off the bat. Hey, okay, some people like soda, but just have maybe one a week.
Actually,
or
try
two a
no.
week.
Don't
You know what
have
I'm saying?
any soda.
You should.
You shouldn't have any soda.
But if it's a guilty pleasure like beer, you can have a couple here and there. I'm saying I don't drink soda either, but
I mean, I used to be a really heavy coffee drinker. I used to have 2 to 3, sometimes 4 cups a day.
with a lot of sugar in it too.
No, just
Oh,
black.
really?
I would have,
Wow.
and so that was huge for me to go to no coffee,
Oh, that's-
and I don't
that's-
even miss it.
I would've-
Once in a while, I'll have a Cuban, café con leche.
Sure.
Sancho must know about café con
Yes,
leche.
horchata is my favorite.
Yes, he's
well,
really big into
now,
the
if I
horchata.
had that much coffee every day, I would be the most regular guy on the planet, if you know what I mean.
So Katika, we're running up against it with time, but tell the people out there, where can they find your program?
No, absolutely. They can find me on my website, which is www.katikatv.com. And we have a show on Tuesdays on the Talk Live Studios. And we do live shows at 7:30 in English and then 8:30 in Spanish.
And that's what's so cool to me is the fact that you do have a multilingual show. I mean,
Yes.
I did watch the show in Spanish, and I had no idea what was going on, but your voice was pleasant, so I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it very much.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you at least listened through the whole show. That's
Actually,
good.
we're all trying to learn Spanish by watching your show. We're just
Oh,
going to
okay.
watch every episode until we actually pick something up.
No, I was actually a Spanish translator
Okay.
for 6 years.
Oh,
so-
were you really?
Yes,
Where?
I really was. I worked for
An insurance company.
An insurance
Don't
company.
give
I
me
won't
awesome.
say the name, but I
Right.
did. I went to school to be a translator.
Oh,
and,
awesome.
that's it served me well. That's why I'm doing
Yeah.
radio for a living.
Right.
But Katika,
Thanks
we
a lot.
appreciate you being a part of the
Thank
show.
you, guys.
Thank you so much.
It's been a great
And
experience. You guys, good luck. You have an awesome show.
Thank you.
You have a new fan, Katika Living Vibrantly. We
Awesome,
definitely
thank you.
support you guys, and we'll be
And-
out here supporting you guys in the future
And you know
on
what?
Fridays.
We need to talk. We need
Yes.
to talk because I need to get back on the program.
Yeah.
I would love to help.
The thing is, with education,
Right.
you get results.
And that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is.
And the other part is having that motivation.
Right.
You have the motivation,
Oh,
the
motivation.
education.
But when you have somebody there that kind of, keeps your ducks in a row,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Kind of look after you and say, hey, this is what you're doing, this is
Yeah.
what you're not doing.
It makes
It
a
really
difference.
helps a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll keep in touch.
Okay. All right,
Thank
well,
you so
Katika-
much. It's an honor to be here. Thank
No,
you for
thank
asking
you.
me.
It's an honor to have
We
you
got
here.
a
Thank you.
Guys,
caller
thank
calling
you.
in.
Oh, we've got a call coming in.
have a
Okay.
caller.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got a call coming in here. I have no idea who this is, so let's just go ahead and patch him in.
Hello?
So caller, are you there?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hello?
Speak up. I
Yeah,
can't really hear you.
Hello?
Yes. Speak up, buddy.
Is there
We
any
can't-
way to turn the volume up on the call at all?
I'm gonna look into it.
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Go ahead.
What kind of operation are you running over there?
Oh, there you go. You're a little bit better there. What kind of operation are we running? Well, we're running a radio show that actually broadcasts from ESB Brewing, located here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D407. Why? What kind of operation are you running, my friend?
I am a beer critic, and I don't. It's ESB, obviously. I don't approve of their libation.
Wait, so you're a beer critic, and he doesn't approve?
He doesn't approve of ESB brew?
Why?
What's your problem, son?
Not very impressed when I came in.
When were you here?
Yeah, I think
You got to
Gary-
be a little
yeah.
more specific. Are you sure you were at the right place? Were you?
Oh, Well, of course. I was right there across from the prison. Very posh location, if I may say so.
Oh, we got a jokester. Yeah, well, you were at the right location for sure, sir. But what was your problem with the beer? What type of beer did you have?
It didn't cross my palate in a pleasurable way.
So, but you were laughing gleefully when you left prison, so I'm assuming something there crossed your palate in a gleeful
Whoa,
way.
hey, you got him, Ben, but...
I'm sorry, I don't like it when people talk smack about
No, I
ESB
know,
beer.
you know-
I get a little defensive.
Listen, sir, ESB is one
They
of
are
our...
our sponsors.
It's a sponsor of ours, so
Right.
yeah, please try to be polite.
Oh,
when you're
claps, many claps for you, sir.
Okay, so what is the purpose for your call? I mean, first of all, what is your name? I never did get a
I
name.
heard about your program, and I wanted to give it a peek because I went into the brewery, of course, and tried their subpar beers.
There's nothing subpar about their beers, sir.
Finest ingredients that the earth can make.
Well, I wasn't impressed.
Well,
So
maybe,
what kind of beers do you fancy?
And actually, what are your credentials to make you such a great beer?
Exactly. I mean, other than the snobby accent that you're displaying thus far.
I am Rupert Middleton III, sir.
You
Now,
are-
I have been a beer critic for 24 years.
Okay, and so what qualified you as a beer critic other than your snotty ways?
I have tasted some of the best beers on the planet.
Okay. And so
I'm
what's your
not
beef with
here to
ESB
tout-
then? I mean, what is the
Please,
problem with
didn't
ESB?
interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Oh, well, I'll interrupt you all you want. This is our show, buddy, not yours.
No, you will behave like a civilized man.
No, we'll just hang up on you. Trust me, we don't care.
Oh, won't you?
No, we will.
Actually, I think we're gonna.
In fact, Gary, just hang up on
just
him.
hang
Yeah.
up on this
Yeah,
guy.
goodbye.
Oh, listen to you.
Yes, goodbye.
yeah,
there you go.
there you go.
Okay, that was the
Enough of him.
Apparently, the ESB beer.
You know
snob.
what, man? I didn't like him at all. He was a little snotty with his ways.
I didn't much care for him myself. Well, guys, we are up
Yeah, but
against
let's get
it.
a commercial
We're
in there.
running into a quick commercial break here at the end of the first half of this radio program. So for all you out there, you Craniacs that are listening, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
From the creators of Backwoods Casino and Dumpster Wars comes a reality show that hits you right where it hurts. Critics say Dive Bar is an up-close and personal diary of the marinated underbelly of small-town America. Dive Bar cuts through the smoky haze, exposing the lives of the workers and patrons of Lulu Bell's Packaged Liquors and Lounge. This is real Dive Bar action.
Red, honey, you know there's no sleeping at the bar.
I'm sorry, Lulu Bell. I got no other place to go. You know my old lady kicked me out.
This is real Dive Bar action.
That is a load of crap. What do you mean you don't take EBT?
This is real Dive Bar problem.
I don't give a shit if she's my mom or not. I'm gonna kick her ass.
This is real Dive Bar romance.
Goddamn! You going home with him or me, you junk tease?
This is a real Dive Bar.
Catch Dive Bar every Tuesday night at 8 on the Bootleggers channel. Do you feel like Mother Nature has made a mistake? Does your outward appearance differ from the person within? The Gender Reassignment Center may have a solution for you. Dr. Les Johnson is the leading expert in sex reassignment surgery. So if you suffer from gender identity disorder, why not call our office for a free consultation?
Hi, I'm Susan, but I wasn't born.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show. Some technical difficulties on the commercial side of things, but we persevere and broadcast regardless. We bring it back. So, guys,
Persevere.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back to ESB Brewing, where we broadcast from 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Suite D.
Now,
Now, who was
407.
that prick that just called up?
I don't know. The guy had a problem with the beer. I don't know.
He's a beer snob
He
himself,
doesn't
yeah.
know anything, dude. You know what?
What was his name? Rupert Middleton
Rupert
the
something.
third.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the guy, and I think he probably has a controlling interest in somewhere else. He's just trying to badmouth some stuff because you cannot knock the best.
I bet he works
ingredients.
for Budweiser or some of those other crap companies.
Dude,
like
we
that.
got the best grains, the best hops, and we're drinking it all right now.
I mean, for
so.
somebody to say that they don't approve, I don't get it. I mean, as I sit here and quaff beer after beer while broadcasting this program,
Right.
I enjoy the taste.
Absolutely.
It's very coffee of you.
I enjoy the price as well, which is free.
Stop quaffing, man.
Oh, by the way, we haven't mentioned our other sponsor yet, and that is Magic Puff.
Magic Puff.
E-cigarettes. If you are a
Tired
smoker,
of coughing?
much like two of us are on the show, if you're a smoker and you're wanting to quit, then why not go down to Magic Puff e-cigarettes, talk to my boy Sam, get hooked up with some e-cigarettes, smoke the vapor instead of the tobacco.
MagicPuff.com. And like Joe said, if you're tired of coughing, that's a dual entendre right there.
Yeah, right.
Tired of coughing is in the,
COFFIN.
Get over and see Sam at Magic Puff Cigarettes. MagicPuff.com. Holla at your boy.
So before we jump in, are we okay on everything over here in the settings there, OG?
Yeah, I had him do something else.
We're all good?
He totally messed me up.
I distracted him.
Why? So
I'm
you
sorry.
caused the commercial
Miguel.
problem. Okay.
Miguel.
Well,
Sorry.
that's nothing unusual.
I thought they
Anyway.
played in succession.
By the way, if you want to be a part of the show, you can call us 813-NEW TALK. Go to Facebook, like that damn page, Cranial Emissions Show. I'm sorry, Facebook.com/The Cranial Emissions Network. Go to Twitter and friend us there, follow us there at Cranial E.
Yes.
But a bunch of stories to get into here tonight, and look, this one, you talk about frugality. You look at the recession. You look at the need that has blossomed from the result of people not making as much money as maybe they should. But maybe you should credit this lady for resourcefulness. Maybe you should despise her for it, because this is pretty extreme.
I think this. Yeah, all right, this lady. She's known as the Chicken Lady, and her name is Janet Feldman, and she's been taking advantage of the Publix promise. Okay, if you're not satisfied at Publix will refund your money and/or give you that product again for free.
Okay.
So she has taken this to a whole new level, and I don't know. I think this is a bit much.
What's she doing?
She's known, like I said, she's known as the Chicken Lady, and what she does is she goes through the chickens that you can buy at Publix. The Rosseteer chickens that are really nice and already cooked.
The rotisserie?
Rosseteer.
Yeah,
I always
it's
say
not
Rosseteer. Sorry.
Rosseteer.
Is that like Rastafari?
Rotisserie chickens.
Okay, it got you.
Now we see where Sancho's learning his English from, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she goes through the rotisserie chickens, and they're all labeled with a weight, and she will go and she will pick a chicken out, and if it's not weighed exactly what it says on the container, she'll take it to the manager, and they will be forced to give her the free chicken.
Okay, you know what I think should be done to her? What did they do back in the stocks where you just put their head and the arms?
No, they need to put a scarlet letter on it that says C.
No, it's ridiculous, man. This is the type of thing that makes everybody else pay more for what they got to do.
She got 300 free chickens. Did they give you an idea of the span of time that she gained
300
these chickens from?
she got free.
I mean, was this over a year? Was this over a
man.
number of years?
Because you know what? Those chickens are competitively priced, man.
In the last year.
So she's basically gotten a free chicken
Listen
for
to
almost
this.
every day of the frickin'
Yes,
year.
no, listen to this. One recent day, she went to 11 public stores and got herself 47 free chickens.
Wow.
What the?
Well, it sounds like to me like she's milking the system. That's
WTF.
exactly what it sounds like.
What a prick.
It sounds like it sounds like she found a loophole and now she's just using it to her advantage.
I don't think there's any
question
about
it,
that,
right.
dude. I mean, where does this stop, and when should a lawyer get involved and just sue her? Lady, listen, relax, man. I mean, if you're hungry, man, maybe they'll give you the chicken for free. I don't know, but I mean,
it's all about food quality.
Of course,
Joe.
things are going to go. Things lose weight. I buy stuff all the time. It's about weight. I buy something and it'll be like it'll supposed to weigh this much, and sometimes when I get it, it doesn't weigh quite right.
I don't think you're talking about food.
I'm talking about chickens
Well,
once
you
again.
You remember that guy that came in, and when Subway, I'm not touting Subway by the way, but when Subway, before they cook their bread, their pre-cooked bread is 12 inches long. When it cooks, it shrinks just a hair.
Yeah.
And there was that jackass that went around with a measuring tape measuring the bread, saying, "I'm not getting my money's
So you
worth."
were explaining to disappointed women that you were kind of like Subway bread?
Hey, if I'm 11 inches, I'll be very happy. But I will split some
11
lady.
and a half, you're fine.
Yeah.
But it is all about food quality, guys.
No, this is
And
ridiculous.
sometimes,
No, this is not about food
But when
quality.
you
This
look
is
at the
ridiculous.
workplace, sometimes it's
Okay.
about the food infiltration. And I don't know about you, but in corporate environments, many times you put your food in said break room. Your food's in the break room. You assume that food's going to be safe, only to find out that when you go back to eat it, that someone else has filched that food from you. Now, that's one thing that will upset you, but it's even more upsetting when they doctor your food. And this is a story that was disturbing to me. Thank God for this woman's sake that
I would have been happy
was the
with it.
victim. Thank goodness that they had a camera in the break room to actually find this, and you can actually find the story on YouTube if you look for it. But there was a woman that was caught using her own breast milk to exactly as per the sound effect to alter the flavor of someone else's milk. She actually squirted her own breast milk into her co-worker's milk carton.
I want you to go down to the east side.
For what reason?
Well, apparently there was some kind of rivalry. There was some kind of rift. Sometimes with the ladies, sometimes they've got some issues with each other.
So this was caught on film, I take it?
Was it Cambodian
This was
breast
caught
milk?
on a camera in the break room.
All right, well, listen.
And it's on YouTube. You can actually find it on YouTube.
What's the link to that?
Oh, Gary.
dude, what's
OG
up,
with the
brother?
5-knuckle shuffle thought.
The outspoken Gary
Just
reaching out.
for scientific research.
Okay.
Now, listen, I've been to a place where the ladies dance on stages. You know what they're called?
Strip club.
Yeah, strip clubs.
Thank
yes.
you. I couldn't
I've
remember.
been to the strip club.
Well, I went to a strip club one time with a buddy of mine. It was an interesting day. It was a day shift strip club, and you know how that rolls, right? With the day shift, they're not usually quite as attractive as, like, say, the featured dancers that happen at night. Well, I went there with a friend of mine. I think you guys know him. We'll call him Mr. Oaks for this application. And we were sitting in there having a drink, cool enough. And he decided that he wanted to go be one of those guys that sits up right next to the stage. Now this girl comes
so it's
out.
like one in the drink and one in the stink.
No, he's just up against the stage. I don't know what you're talking about with that.
Was he a
but-
creeper? Okay.
No, he was just up there, throwing a dollar bill at the chick. Well, this girl lady comes out on stage, and she obviously had just recently had a young child,
another,
a baby.
Oh.
Well,
caller coming in here.
she lactated all over him, dude. It was crazy.
Well, we've got another caller in here right now.
So, dude.
Well, hold on a second. Keep them on hold for a second. Finish off the story.
I'm just saying, Willie got lactated upon by this lady while she was on
Oh,
stage.
she did the old squirt? He
She
should have gave her
snapped-
more than $1, man.
Well, I think he did hook her up after
All right,
that. But,
all right.
all in all, dude, I understand the procedure.
Okay,
Now, did her
so-
milkshake bring the boys to the yard, is what I asked.
No, we went back and sat in our seats away from the stage.
Oh,
after that,
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
So apparently we
your
do have a
raincoat on.
call coming in here. I don't recognize the number, so this would be a random call.
I'm excited.
We'll go ahead and bring them into the show. You're talking to the Cranial Mission Show. Who's this?
Hello?
Step
Hello?
away from the radio, please. You're too close to the speakers, please.
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything.
Wow.
You're there.
Hello, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we go. We can hear you.
There
How's
you
it
go.
going?
Yeah, who are we talking to?
The WCW.
Oh,
The Riley, Chris Wiles
All right.
on the road.
What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Just checking on you guys. Make sure Gary's doing you right.
Oh, man, Gary is doing us really right.
We dubbed him already. He is known as the OG, and anybody that knows Gary, and I know you know Gary well, anyone that knows Gary understands why, because he is
the outspoken Gary.
Thank you.
That is correct.
I just gotta ask, what's up with the ears?
What's up
with the beards?
What's up with the bunny ears?
Well, he
The bunny ears,
started a new man Playboy club. It's like the Special Boy Club.
He's trying to tantalize our listeners of a different persuasion.
Yeah, Gary's got his own agenda.
Gary's all about the marketing, Chris. He's all about reaching out and getting the demographic
He's
that
actually
we
all
don't
about.
have.
He's all about reaching around and getting that demographic.
Hey,
Felix called up Felix texted me a few minutes ago and said, "Man, that little guy, I would eat him up."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, have you ever actually
But
texted me?
he's bigger. He loves Brazilians.
Gary,
so
have you
it's-
ever done any pool work?
Oh,
Have you ever worked in, like,
Felix does like the pool boy.
Any
Done
kind,
a little bit.
he's
any
not-
kind of
he's-
skimming or
Rimming?
No. Anyway.
That's a different service.
Okay, Wiley Wiles, what are you up to tonight, man?
Well, I'm getting ready to grab some dinner before I put my little one to bed. And
How's she doing, man? Is she doing all right?
Yeah, I heard she was giving you some attitude.
Yeah, well, kids come growing up with hormones and and whatnot, and mood swings and all that other kind of stuff. So we just had to show her who's boss. But other than that, she's doing really
Whoa, you be her Tony Danza.
Well, let me ask you: are mood swings right next to the monkey bars? Just kidding. I don't know much about kids. I'm sorry, dude.
You be hey, I got a song for you, Chris. You be her Tony Danza.
Dance up for money. Do what you want her to
Okay,
do.
Thank you, Tina.
that was
Thank
horrible.
you.
Thank you.
that was-
Come on.
Yeah.
Is Sancho with you guys?
He is here.
Sancho is here. Yeah.
Hello, hero Christy Wild.
And you know what, Chris? Hey, before you guys get into it, Sancho missed you today. He was actually asking for you. He was very disconcerted that the OG was here instead of you.
Nice. Where is the national hero?
Well, I know I missed you too, Sancho. In fact, I was wanting to ask, have you been able to woo Leslie yet?
No, but I need you to do me a favor. I need to talk to Steve Bartlett.
You need to hook up with Steve Wireless?
Yeah, I emailed him. He never called me back.
All right, I'll give him a call. And see if I can
Oh.
get him
I think you might be wasting your time, Chris. I think the reason that Steve Bartlett hasn't called Sancho back is because his case doesn't take on any kind of
No,
water.
he's going to help my snake Plissken, my Yakroso Terrier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see Steve Bartlett helping you with a dog custody battle.
No, it's my dog.
Do you have any money for him?
She
First
sent
of all.
my dog to Vietnam.
Yeah, but do you have any money to pay him?
I will give him the money for my first whale job.
Your first well job.
Yes.
Clean the wells.
I don't know if you heard about this, Chris, but Lubob and Sancho have decided to get into a well cleaning business where Lubob basically dangles
dangles him down.
Sancho into a well.
Yes, it's I've got. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm good.
Yeah, don't tell OSHA about it, please, because we're not sure that we have all
What
the
is
safety.
OSHA?
No, don't worry about
I
it.
know
It's not.
nothing.
It's not something you
I
need to
see
know.
nothing. I know nothing. I know
Oh,
nothing.
this is the guy from Hogan's Heroes.
That was it. That was it.
Schultz.
That's it.
All
Well,
right.
no, I was asking about Leslie because I didn't know maybe if you wanted to maybe serenade her and I could back you up with guitar.
I need to do a song. Yeah.
Yeah, you can sing a
I
song
will write
for her.
poem or haiku.
Yeah,
Cinco cente cinco.
I think a limerick might work better for you.
A limerick?
Yeah, you don't know.
you'll
We'll
remember.
teach you about that.
Okay. Bye.
All
Well,
right.
you know, I'm here for you, Sancho. I know we have our differences at first, but you know what? I love you, brother, and I'm here for you.
Well, he has become a big supporter of yours, apparently. I mean, this is new, and
Wow.
it seems like the only time Sancho supports producers is when they're not here. You notice that?
well.
Now all of a sudden he's a big Zach fan.
Well, no,
now
I
he's
mean,
a big Chris
when
fan.
he
it
found
seems
out-
like anytime the producer's not here that he's threatened by, he's a friend of theirs.
I know.
Yeah, but when he found out that he
No,
was,
he's a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm an American citizen. He protect my right to live in the world.
yes, and that's awesome, isn't it?
He's fighting for freedom where there was trouble.
Yeah, it's not GI
Chris
Joe.
Wiles was there.
Yeah, I don't think he was on G.I. Joe.
No, that's different. That's,
You've been watching way too many war cartoons,
No,
Sancho.
if you know, it's half the battle.
Yes, it is half the battle. Well, Chris, thank you so much for being a part of the show, brother. We miss you. We look forward to having you here next week.
Absolutely. Love you guys. I will see y'all again. And
Take care of that little one, my man.
Will do.
All right, brother.
See you,
All right,
Chris.
take care.
All right.
All right, that was the WCW, also
Wow.
known as the Wily Chris Wiles.
Right.
But you know what? We're not shorthanded because we have the OG here.
He's doing an
He
excellent
is
job.
the overseer. He is the man with the plan that takes care of everything. You
The
understand?
outspoken Gary.
Exactly, the OG. The OG.
Yeah.
Now, you get out of this milk carton story we were getting into before. And again, it is about quality control when it comes to food.
Oh my God.
Bakersfield, California, May 5. A 10th grade California student allegedly passes out cupcakes to bullies at her school, which she said contained bodily fluids.
This was a story that was akin to Van Wilder. Remember Van Wilder with the eclairs?
Yeah.
This story was very similar to
Colossus
that.
with the Oh, it's still warm.
So was this? Were these called sub cakes?
No, they were called. They were called.
You get where I'm going
I
there,
get it,
Mr.
yeah.
Charles?
I get it.
Because they were full of semen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible. Now, did it actually go out there?
There was actually.
Nothing in them.
Yeah, it's.
It was like
now,
ketchup and mustard and
The
stuff. right?
cupcakes apparently weren't laced with anything other than condiments, but it is believed they may have contained pubic hair. I'm sorry. It was just junk in there, like condiments. you
Yeah,
know,
it was like
junk.
barbecue sauce. I read about that.
But
That's why.
but apparently they had submarine semen, pubic hair, and expired food and pills and stuff like that. So, thank God nothing was in there that was detrimental. But bullies kind of need to get it sometimes, man.
You know what? I think she might have made a point. She obviously didn't poison them or put anything dangerous in there, but
she made them think.
Oh, she definitely made them think about their actions.
You're being a douchebag.
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to stop being.
Stop.
acting.
Otherwise,
Much like that ESB brewing critic who called earlier.
Yeah, otherwise you're
I think he
Rupert,
deserved a batch of cupcakes.
I'm going to look him up. Rupert Middleton III. We're
Yeah,
gonna bum rush him
he's
somewhere
done.
or
He's
another,
done.
man.
I mean, mean, when you deal with people from the public, you got to look at their credibility, especially when you're talking about politicians. And it seems like we are short on supply of any kind of credibility for most of these politicians. Case in point with this story, we're talking about a North Carolina Senate candidate, a Republican Senate candidate, and this is what's most astounding to me, is this is a one-time drag queen now running for U.S. Senate for North Carolina.
Honestly, I got no problem with it. I think the biggest problem, and Mickey's going to get this up here in a second, but
we got the picture up. OG just put the picture up.
He was anti, I guess, gay marriage, right? So that kind of seems a little hypocritical, doesn't it to you? I don't know. I mean,
where the heck did it go?
You lost the story.
Screw it. But it doesn't matter. No,
that's what his boyfriend said.
That's what the main thing was he was opposed to gay marriage and all that stuff.
Do we have a name for the guy?
Can you bring that back up, Gary, if you don't mind?
Yes, I can do that.
I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie The Birdcage. With
Yes, I have, yeah.
Gene Hackman and Robin Williams and
Yes.
and all that stuff. He is definitely Birdcage.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Was she in that?
Yes,
No,
she was in that. Yes, Birdcage.
No, she
Jamie Lee
wasn't.
Curtis was. Yes, she was.
No, she
in
was
that
not
movie.
in that
Oh,
movie.
yes, she was.
No, she was not in
Yes,
that
but
movie.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to bring it up after the show, and I'm
All right,
going to
we'll
go ahead
find
and
out.
tout it on the next show.
Go ahead.
Now,
Move on.
so he obviously is up there. Now there's a bunch of controversy surrounding the that jackass. So
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when life hands you stress, and nothing's more stressful than a political campaign, but when life hands you stress, you go to a massage therapist, right? I mean, all of us. You need to find something for some kinds of stress release. But sometimes porn stars use that as a way, or one-time porn stars use that as a way, to ply their trade. Now, there's a woman known as Christy Love.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
And you can go ahead and put the picture up, OG. Christy Love, who was apparently was hired by somebody to be a porn star.
We're gonna need that photo
known
a
for
bit
her
bigger.
48 double N.
Dear God.
Double N.
I'm looking for a clinical term for this. I'll go with breastises.
Actually, let's go with
48 double N. She
Double
uses
N.
these to massage people.
Go with the Chevy Chase from
She
Caddyshack.
used to be on the premier BBW porn site, but now she is a CMT, a certified massage therapist, and she is using her lovely jugglies for a massage.
I would say assets, but there's no assets.
I mean, is that something you guys would want to do? I mean, is that relaxing to you to have a 48 double N rack?
First of all, double N is the last.
Do you want to be
row of
bludgeoned
seats
by that?
I sat in Raymond James, so she must be in the cheap seats with the double N's. I don't know.
Those aren't cheap seats, man. Those are.
Would this be considered a boob job? I mean, you know what I mean? I think maybe this. I mean, she obviously had a boob job, but wouldn't that be like a good term for it? Boob job? I don't know.
Ay, Dios mío, look at her breastises.
Yes.
They are so big.
Yes, those are very
Sancho.
large. I mean, Sancho at 4'2".
One of those is big as my torso.
At 4'2", at your height, and first of all, I think you lied about your weight because there's no way you're 140
Hey,
pounds at 4'2".
126. You don't listen to me.
You would be shaped like a freaking weeble wobble.
You
No,
never listen. I'm 126.
You're right. I don't listen to you because I don't understand your language. But I think you would drown in that.
Wait, no. You said
process.
you are a translator in Spanish.
Yeah, but you don't.
How
speak,
can you not understand my language?
Because your Spanish is just as atrocious as your
No,
English.
no.
Listen, okay.
No,
We're not going to argue this anymore.
Forget you jerk.
We're not arguing this anymore.
Okay,
Let's moving on from Christy Love.
No, we're just going to get into a quick commercial at this point.
Are
We're
we
up
are we
against
in there
it.
already?
Yeah, it is time for a commercial break. For all you out there, after this commercial break, we'll get into the penultimate segment of the show.
There's a lot
So you
going on.
Craniacs out there, stay with us. Be right back after this. Wow. All right, man, you ready? ESB Brewing commercial. Take one.
Sir, I have to know what time this is going to be over because I have my sister's car and she's asked that I have it home by 6 o'clock.
Look, the sooner we get started with this, the sooner we're going to finish this. Okay, man? ESB Brewing, take two.
Greetings and salutations. I'm here to tell you about ESB Brewery. The folks at ESB began brewing beers in their basement years ago because American beer had left them listless. After years of refining their special recipes, they decided to share them with other beer lovers. You should see ESB tap handles popping up at bars all around Tampa. But if you can't wait, come to the brewery itself. The new tasting room is finished and waiting for you. ESB Brewery is located at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Tampa, Florida. Taste it and you will love it. I silly nailed it. What do you think?
Is there any way you could, I don't know, maybe lose some of those S's?
I think that was one of my best. But sadly, I'm short on time and my sister's waiting. See ya.
Partner advertising. At ESB Brewery, we spend our money on beer.
Hi, I'm Herschel Cohen. When I moved from the old country to New York and finally to Tampa Bay, it became harder and harder for me to find authentic kosher sandwiches. Finally, I created what I believe is the perfect union between meat and bread. But I realized it was missing something. With the help of my Gentile brother-in-law, Seamus O'Malley, I understood a grape brew was the ideal accompaniment to my kosher delight. That's why we created Hebrews. Here, we have the chutzpah to create the glory of America's past in a great meal with a great beer. At Hebrews, we bring together bagels and lox and beers and shamrocks. Oh, the ultimate mix between two separate cultures in one set of taste buds. Along with Seamus's tremendous zeal in the 12-step program, we're able to merge our Judeo-Christian palates. Don't dine where prices make you say, oy vey. Eat at Hebrews, where your wallet will say, okay. Oh.
Hey, Harry Carey here. Just because I'm Tor on the Cobb doesn't mean you shouldn't be Tor on the Cranial Emission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. And what's Tor on the Cobb, you might ask? It's the king of beers, but it's the new king of beers, ESB Brewery.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Broadcasting to you live from ESB Brewing, located here at 333 North Falkmirk Road, Suite D.
Sweet D. Is that what I'm supposed to say now?
Yeah, that was right. Jesus Christ. I can't believe this guy is sitting here in the studio
Listen,
with
listen
me.
here. I am here for some noble
Ben,
activity.
I asked him to
Listen,
for him
let's
to be
keep
here.
this civil.
Gary, go
Felix-
ahead and bring up the lower third for Inspector Dave Thomas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles.
I'm trying to be respectful towards you. I know we had our differences the last time you called in.
Let me start off here and apologize for Felix. I apologize. Let me just leave it there.
Okay, well, you should apologize.
I would like an apology for the way you behave towards myself.
Well, we can all dream. Anyway, so moving on. So we
Ben,
have.
Ben, wait,
Hold on.
Hey, young man, let's clear the air, please.
We have Inspector Dave Thomas here. He is part of a company known as Backdoor Investigations. Now, this is a company, a detective service hired, well, actually owned
by
Felix Cowell,
Yes,
the super
Mr.
fan
Cowell
of the
the
show.
third, yes.
And Felix contracted Dave Thomas to research why Sancho, our one-time producer, was wrongfully deported. We found out through that pursuit that the cause of that was Sancho's soon-to-be ex-wife, who was here in studio, just 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
And now, apparently, Dave is
got
here
some more information
to enlighten us on even more shady circumstances behind this entire thing.
Yes, now you did ask Mr. Sancho to get some food for us so he wouldn't be around during this segment. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's not here right now. He's running down to get
We don't want him
I have
to.
some very detrimental information to the past of said Gloria Sanchez.
Now, we already established in the past that she is a clap-having Jezebel. We talked about that. But keep in mind, Inspector Dave, when you do refer to Gloria, that this is in fact Joe's sister.
Wow.
So just be careful how you talk about her.
Well, you know the story. I mean, she's
she
not
is-
my real sister. We were at the same orphanage, I think around 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, I think is when I first met her at the orphanage. But yeah, we were close. She was a tough girl. We hung out together, yeah.
You took care of her, I guess, the best you can. Well, yeah, the thing is, she is not who she has said to be.
Well, no kidding. We kind of found that out as we went. But in what other ways
on
is she
conclusion to my investigation,
okay?
I will first tell you you might want to stay far away from this young lady.
Well, let me tell you what she told me.
All right.
This is how I know her, and you're telling me that.
Well, she is your sister.
All right, proceed, young man.
Well, she told me that she was on a boat on her way over here to she's from Ireland. She was with her
Right.
parents, and they hit an iceberg, and the boat went down, and she made it here on a life.
Now, weren't you adopted together though? Wasn't that what you were?
No. We were in an orphanage together.
Right,
She was.
that's right.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was just a bunch of kids.
Okay, so you weren't actually adopted by the same parents.
No.
You
We were
claimed-
just all without parents.
Okay.
So
yeah.
she
So she wrecked on she was on a boat that got hit by a.
She told you she hit an iceberg?
Yeah, in the
Now,
middle of the
I am
Atlantic.
sorry if I found that very humorous, because that is so far-fetched, it's not even funny.
Okay, so where is she actually
Well, what's the
from?
truth, then? She's not from Ireland?
Well, apparently she is of French descent. Her name is Renee Bourgeois. Yes,
Wow.
just like the actor from Deep Space Nine, who was the shapeshifter, if you do remember that,
No,
gentleman.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That is a Star Trek thing.
I mean, we found out last week, or 2 weeks ago, we found out that you were a fan of Styx. I didn't realize you were also a fan of Deep Space Nine. I didn't realize that, Inspector Dave, you were a Trekkie.
I'm a fan of Deep Space Nine. I was a Star Trek The Next Generation guy. I love Patrick Stewart, who's on your show, if I remember now.
He is on
Now,
our show.
I just remembered Renee Bourgeois because he narrates a couple of books that I read by a few gentlemen. Now that's besides the point. Now, she is from Boring, Oregon.
Boring?
Yes, that is correct.
The name-
Boring.
the
like
name's
a very,
Boring?
very not fun town, it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess not.
Now, the young lady named Bourgeois, which is Gloria, a.k.a. Gloria Sanchez,
Right.
has got a long history of mental illness.
Okay, well, we could have told you that a long time ago.
Yeah, now-
I don't know about any fancy
No,
investigation.
I mean,
to
she
determine
was,
that.
she used to fight a lot with the other kids, but
You know how much trouble she started with this show over the years?
I
3.5
know.
years we've been doing this goddamn show, Joe, and she has started, time after time she started trouble.
Now listen here, Cindy Lauper, with your time after time. Now,
I'm sorry. Are you trying to talk smack again, Deputy Dave?
No.
Are you trying to stir it up again,
dude? That was
you are within swinging distance.
I'm within swinging distance, but I can say some horrible things within the time that it takes for you to hit me.
All right,
Okay,
listen,
now-
listen here.
Hey, guys,
listen.
guys,
Now,
let's-
we're trying to get to the bottom of this, and I don't-
Ben, we got him in for a reason. Just
Dear
let's,
Lord.
let's
Dear
do it.
Lord.
I'm just gonna-
We
so-
are about to go.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gary. OG, the time is ticking. At 10 years old, she tried to kill her biological sister with a wagon after the sister apparently ate her ice cream. And now this is on file because she was put in juvenile detention for 2 days before she calmed down. And do you remember, Mr. Joseph, around 1982 when she went missing for about 6 to 8 months?
Yeah, she ran away. She told me she ran away from. She got
wh-
away for a bit.
Well, what had happened was.
Okay, so what had happened?
What had happened was she started cavorting with I think you quite know the gentleman Frito Gonzalez.
Frito, yeah, I remember Frito. We used to live in our barrack. Yeah,
Yes, this is correct.
he was a good soccer player.
She had apparently, she ended up Baker acted because she had apparently removed the young man's genitalia.
What?
And consumed it.
She always told me, wow, I didn't. Dude, she said because they ran away together.
Yeah, she apparently consumed his manhood, the meat, not the 2 bits, and was Baker acted until roughly 1990, which I'm guessing that was exactly when you reunited.
So what you're telling us right now, Deputy Dave, is that we're dealing with a crazy bitch, basically. I mean, let's just get right down to it. This is a woman that I mean, it's no surprise to us because she has plagued us for years on this program.
Yes, I like to call her the bubonic, and you need to stay wide away from her and get
Wow.
Mr. Sancho Sanchez within contact. And we need to get that lawyer straightened out because we try to get that dog back. Now, I do need to get going now, and thank you for letting me have it on.
No, we appreciate you
Well,
coming and
thank
giving
you.
us information, and I guess it's something we're definitely going to have to take into consideration because I didn't know. I had no idea. I lived with her. She was always fighting. I knew that, but it was usually on my side.
I didn't know that she was that much of a
And
crazy
you know what,
ass bitch.
Inspector Dave? I do appreciate the fact that you apologized to me like a man, and you rightfully should have.
Well, let's see if
And
you can do the same. Be a man.
I don't feel like I owe you any kind of apology.
You were kind of disrespectful.
Oh, thank you, Foghorn Langherd, for apologizing
Oh,
to me.
here we go again.
And
I can bring it up. I swear I'll bring it up. That girl that you used to hook up.
I swear to God.
Okay, all right, Dave. Bye, Dave. Bye, bye.
The
bye,
OG
bye.
will have to hold me back from the
All right.
wrath that
That's
people
enough.
want to
That's enough.
Okay.
Yes, That's I will. enough. That's
anyway,
enough.
so let's move on. And one of the segments we like to get into this program is something we talk about sometimes every week, sometimes every other week, but it is the police blotter segment. And before we get into all the crime-related news that we'd like to talk about with the police blotter segment, let's go ahead and cue the music. Go ahead, OG.
guilty as hell.
Oh, yeah. With that, it is time for the Police Blotter segment. This is where we talk about, once again, the different crimes, all the odd crimes that have gone on around the world. And we start out with one that I know Joe has some fondness for.
I'm going to start, fondness, I don't know, but I'm going to start this one out in this is Salt Lake City, Utah, obviously. And on Saturday, a church, I believe it was the attendees of...
Is it a Mormon church?
Well, I'm sure it was in Salt Lake City, I would imagine. It was the Sacred Heart. Oh, actually, it was a Catholic church. So, obviously not. But
I can't believe it.
These people were having a wedding there on Saturday, and they're all having a good wedding, I guess. And maybe this is one of the reasons why we all shouldn't get married. But during the middle of their ceremony, I guess they were alerted to a bit of rustling on the lawn, if you will.
Okay.
Like,
so there's some landscaping people out there, or
not really, man. Really, what they were all alerted to, as well as the children that were there at said wedding, was a couple, I guess you can call them.
So there was some coital activity on the yard. Is that what you're
Hey,
telling
do you
me?
like Chinese food?
There was a couple of bums banging on the lawn, basically, is what was going on. Right in the
no,
middle of the
no,
church,
it-
man.
if
Can
I-
you imagine what your wife would do?
Wasn't he-
She spent all this time planning this crazy ass wedding, and the whole day goes through, and there's a couple of bums banging on the lawn.
No,
while
but
you're
wasn't
having
he-
it.
wasn't he going down on the frown?
Yeah, he was doing worse than that. We're not going to discuss
Aw.
the actual acts that were going on.
But that is an intangible that you cannot plan for.
But does
I
this
mean,
jinx a marriage? Is this?
No, I got
is
a
this-
question. Do you like Chinese food?
I'm
Chow
not-
mein.
I'm-
That's what I was going to say.
I'm
for that
not.
one.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
the
answering
worst.
that
That's a
question.
pretty gross story, man.
I'm just saying, though. I mean, does this jinx a wedding, though? Is this something that's gonna later on? Is it gonna be like, I knew this wedding wouldn't last because there was bums banging on the lawn?
Yeah, but
while
it
we-
literally looks like they're pretty rough looking customers.
No, they're
too.
a horrible bunch of looking guys. As a matter of fact, it's hard to tell the man from the
I
woman.
know.
they're very similar.
But I
They're
mean, you
very
talk,
similar
about,
hairstyles.
you talk about chowing down. You talk about maybe what sounds like an oral fixation. And the last thing you expect is to find that when you walk into Walgreens. I mean, isn't their expression "be well"?
Yeah, it's be well, but
Right.
this 35-year-old guy was walking around Walgreens as he kissed and groped women and a man inside the store. So, after stopping at the photo processing booth, the man moved to aisle 9, where he grabbed a customer's buttocks, and then he said, "Hey, baby," while he was grabbing and groping her.
Did he actually say that in that Beavis and Butthead voice that you just did?
Yeah, hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Fire.
Stop it, butthead.
That's the thing. I mean, we've talked time and time again when it comes to different stores, all these different stories that we hear about, where you have to be careful about these so-called experts or people that walk up to you look, at the end of the day, if you walk into a store and they don't have some kind of branding, some kind of logo on their uniform, and they walk up to you and purport to be an expert, stay the hell away from that person.
You're right, but do you know what the guy did on the way out? Started tossing items all off the shelves and getting all wacky and wild, and then as they were taking him out, the man proceeded to lick an employee's head and then said, "Goodbye." Wow. Minor misdemeanor sexual assault and 3 counts of disturbing the peace.
You know, it's not like that I'm a germaphobe by any means, but I usually don't let anybody get within 3 feet of me.
That's
it's just a normal.
pretty gross, dude.
You know what I mean? Yeah. When people start getting real close to me, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean,
It's pretty gross.
Maybe I need to talk to somebody about that, but
you have to be careful.
Maybe I have reason due to this story here.
You have to be careful about what you uncover. You know, you look at these folks that decide to put themselves on Front Street by going to stores and uncovering their true personality. But from a legal perspective, you really have to be careful about what's under the cover if you decide to grow pot inside an empty pool with a cover on top of it.
Oh, you got it. This couple went Cheech and Chong. This was amazing to me that they actually I can almost see them watching the film and being like, we could do that. Because as we all know, which one was it? Was it Still Smoking? Was it? Hey, Chuck.
Really? Front Street. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Go-
Hey.
Chuck's doing like first baseman signals.
Yeah, I have no
over
idea.
here.
He's like,
idea
Ben,
what
Ben,
that
I think
was.
you're supposed to steal.
Yeah, that was
You're supposed
that
to
was
bunt.
as Front Street as
Go
Front
ahead.
Street could have gotten.
You're supposed to bunt. And you're supposed to steal.
But go ahead. Go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Really?
No. So this couple with kids decided that they didn't go as luxurious. If you remember, which Cheech and Chong movie was it where they actually had the
Hello.
Dave's not here,
Dave's
man.
not
Yeah,
here.
but
Dave.
which movie?
No, Dave's not here, man.
I'm blowing on the movie.
Nice
but-
Dreams.
Nice Dreams, was it? Okay, so what they were doing is actually they had a fake pool. There was like an above ground or an underground pool, but they had like a blue tarp on it that made it look like it was water. They were below. Well, this family obviously didn't have the kind of money for that, so they had an above ground pool with a cover on top of it. which is crazy for like summertime use. You know, you got to figure, why is there still a cover on there? Well, they were actually doing pretty well, man. They were doing about $700 or $7,000 worth of weed a month. They were doing pretty good, man.
Wow, that's
70.
pretty good
I know
money.
that's 70 pounds.
How
is what it
much a
was.
month were they doing?
70 pounds a month worth
Wow.
of weed.
That's a
what
lot
was
of
what was
dope.
the street value on that?
$4,700.
You'd say
No, 70 pounds would be $4,800 or $48,000.
a lot of money. Yeah.
A month.
Yeah, a month.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, if they're
Must have
doing
been a pretty good.
that's a hell of a
let's round it
turnaround.
up. Let's say it's $50,000 a month. You're talking about $600,000 a year.
Right, but here's the problem with this whole thing is they got caught. Because you know
It
what,
probably
the cops
smells real bad.
the cops saw nice dreams too. They were like, wait, I know what's going on. You know, I mean, they had.
Dave is here.
Do you know
man.
what's funny though? Is the cops rolled up in a bus with the zipper on the side of it. No.
I mean, but the thing is, I mean, people have seen this kind of stuff before. Case in point, you know, you think of a high school class like home ec, right? And home ec, obviously, this is a gimme class. This is a class where you take it just to get a free credit.
No, you learn good
put
life skills like
you
get
learn
to the kitchen
some-
and make me a sandwich.
Right. Yeah. Particularly, hopefully, if you're a woman and you're paying
Oh,
attention to this.
Lord.
But look, it's something that
Sorry, ladies.
that people take as a free ride, and it's also something that people take to learn some kind of angle. Case in point, these students that were busted were trying to make pot cookies inside a home ec class.
Now I have nothing else to say. That's true.
No, go ahead. Illuminate us with this.
Okay, they
Don't be
were
held back.
making pot cookies in class. Thank you, Ben.
Well, anyway, I think
You could have given us some details on this.
In
you know.
Burlington, Iowa.
Yeah,
It was in
come on.
Burlington, Iowa.
Wait, there's a
These-
Burlington in Iowa? I thought that there was a Burlington in Vermont.
There's a Burlington, Delaware. There's a Burlington, Massachusetts. There's a Burlington, New Hampshire.
There's a Burlington, Ontario.
There's a Burlington Coat
Ontario.
Factory.
There's a
Damn. All right, that was bad.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I liked it.
Anyway,
I liked it a lot.
Anyways, so these middle school students, somebody snitched on them. In other words, is what happened, and other students who knew about the plan alerted officials. AKA
The smell of the baking didn't give it away.
Yeah, but when you do that, it doesn't smell super or I mean, never done that before, but I don't think it smells all that.
I don't think it smells all that
No,
bad.
you can barely smell it. You know,
No.
it's
no Limburger cheese.
But obviously, you know what happened was they were probably, you know, very rarely does anything like this go down in a high school where they're not bragging about
Yep.
doing it. You know, they weren't like doing it. They were probably doing it more for the chicks that were in school so they could probably try to get some street cred. You know what I mean? Like, I'm badass.
Yeah, but it's like two of the students got charged with felony delivery of marijuana.
Whoa, how much weed were they baking in there?
I don't know. They didn't.
Good Lord, would they bring a truckload in?
they were-
But you bring it on school grounds, immediately it's a felony.
that's
right.
all- yeah.
13-year-old students, and two of them got misdemeanor possession charges. And you know, Lieutenant Klein, if they're able to head off right now, hopefully this won't continue this type of behavior when they reach 18. I was like, dude, that kid's gonna smoke no matter what. I don't give a
Yeah,
care.
those kids have got problems. I mean, they were obviously trying to be like, you know, the man about
But you know what?
campus
At
center.
least they're staying away from the carcinogens. They're trying to eat it in with a responsible manner. They're
No.
trying to-
You should never bring weed on school grounds, dude. That's probably a bad idea.
You probably smoked dope at school once. Don't even try to lie.
Well,
about
I'm
it.
not saying me. I'm talking about future generations, dude.
Hi, this is Front Street.
You know what? On that note, I think it's time to go into a quick
Yeah, I
commercial
think that
break.
might be the time.
We're up against it.
I didn't know I was on
down
co-
to the last segment after this commercial
Wow.
break. So for all you out there, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Okay.
Are you tired of sleeping on the floor? Can't afford to buy one of them fancy new mattresses? Blue Bob's used mattresses is the solution to those sleepless nights.
Hi, my name's Lou Bob Jenkins, and I specialize in mattress restoration. I'm able to provide you with the highest quality like new mattress at an affordable price. Our patented highly scientific fumigation and cleaning process is able to remove almost 90% of swamp-ass odors and urine stains. Some people say to me, "Damn, son, your prices are cheap. How do you do it?" Well, I tell them that's none of their goddamn business. But if you must know, at Lou Bob's Used Mattresses, we don't pay rent for one of them luxury strip mall stores. We'll bring our showroom straight to you. To place an order, give me a shout on Channel 10 on the old Sea Bay radio. If I can hear you, you're within our delivery range.
Look for Lou Bob's Primer Gray Subaru Brat in a trailer park near you. That's Lou Bob's Used Mattresses, serving greater Alachua County.
Okay. That's the spot. That's the golden ticket. Grandmama, no!
Have you ever been detected in the middle of self-gratification? The scandalous looks from family members and friends who have caught you in the act could lead to years of mental scars and embarrassment. The Fapper. an advanced masturbation protection detection device. Here at the Fapper Corporation, we are using Class A laser technology to build a safe and inconspicuous early warning alert system. Our patented Fapper system includes setup directions, 2 monitoring units, and a discrete earpiece that will alert the user before privacy has been breached, providing ample time to pack up safely. Contact us today and receive the Fapper system for only 7 payments of $777. But wait, there's more! Call now and receive a second Fapper system and 2 free big whammy shammies. Just pay separate processing and handling. Visit thefapper.com.
The Fapper system was just voted Innovative Product of the Year by Sex Tech Magazine.
I got these 3 friends I think you all should know. They are the hosts of the Cranial Emission Show. You got Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. Like Friday nights from 7 to 9 at ESB. So tune us in on your radio, because I know you'll love the Cranial Emission Show.
All right, well, we're back, dude.
I don't have any mic, Gary. I don't have any mic.
Oh, goodness. Are you back?
I still don't have any mic, Gary. Next one. Oh,
Turn it on, dude.
There we go.
All right, well, hey.
Welcome back.
Hey, Miguel, we're back, man.
Ben is obviously not back from the John yet. I don't know what the heck is wrong with him. He's always got to go to the bathroom. I think he's getting that like weak prostate.
Hey, is this one on, dude? Gary, do me a favor, turn red off.
There we go.
Wow.
Look at that. Did that totally change the dynamic of everything?
That was the difference between me hanging out with my ex-wife and me not. Yeah, it was like a lot of loud noise going all of a sudden.
All right, that's enough
It's
about
amazing.
Ben's prostate. We got, the professor's coming in soon. He's going to be talking about some really wild stuff.
Yeah, he's got some new stuff on there. Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, I think we got a caller coming in here.
Well, enough about the professor.
Okay, well, let's take the phone call.
Wow, we haven't had a call in a while.
Caller, are you there, caller?
Yes. Hi, guys. Is this that Cranial Mission Show?
Yeah, who's this?
Well, I'm kind of looking for my brother. This is Bruce Cowell.
Say what?
And Bruce Cowell, that's my name.
Bruce
Cowell is in Felix Cowell, our benefactor.
Yes, I'm looking for my brother. You know Felix Cowell, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We know. We didn't even know he had a brother.
Okay, well,
your name's Bruce, and yeah, you're talking about Felix Cowell. I guess he's been an entrepreneur. He really did well during. Well, Felix Cowell.
Look, let me break it down for you guys, okay? Bruce is, Felix is my brother, and I've been trying to get a hold of him, and I can't seem to reach him. I know he's gallivanting all around the world, but you know what? I just got released. I'm on leave from the military, and I just got back home, and I can't seem to find him. So I was hoping you guys could point me into the right direction.
Well, hang on. I mean, when's the last time you talked to him?
And
It's been a while.
Now, does he want to talk to you,
Yeah,
Bruce?
I mean, he never mentioned a brother to us, Bruce.
Yeah. Okay, Bruce.
Look,
is there anything we need to know?
Felix and I, okay, we have a tempestuous relationship, but you know what? I love him, even though he has different persuasions. I still love him all the same.
Now, Bruce, not to sound anything mean or anything, but you've got quite an effeminate voice, if you may.
You know what? I kind of resent that. Who am I speaking to?
This is Miguel Hito. I'm the best co-host in Tampa Bay, according to the Talkie Awards.
I didn't realize you were, so on point. But look, I don't know why you have to call into question our relationship. I mean, I accept him just the way he is. And, you want to call into question my masculinity. But let me tell you something, my friend. I just got released from a tour with the Navy SEALs.
All right, well, listen. Miguel sometimes speaks before he thinks.
I am defending your honor. I am out there on the front lines.
Okay, Chicago.
And I am working my ass off.
No, listen. I'm sorry. Listen, Mr. Cal, listen. We're just a little confused because we've known Felix for almost 3 years now. At least 3 years, and he's never mentioned a brother, so it's very hard for us to. I mean, I got to figure if he hasn't talked to you since we've known it, he hasn't mentioned you. Why? Maybe he doesn't want us to give out any of his information.
Look,
You got to understand, we respect his
sometimes
privacy.
My brother is a snotty little twit, okay? But it doesn't mean that he doesn't love me. And I'm trying to get a hold of him. I can't seem to reach him. So if you could kindly just give me direction
How about
into
this?
how I could reach him, I would appreciate it.
No, this is not.
No, we
that's
can't
not,
do
That's
that.
not going to happen. But this is what's going to happen. We're gonna off the air. We're gonna put you off the air, and you're gonna give Gary an email or phone number or whatever, and we're gonna have Felix call you if he wants to call you. Is that okay?
Or you guys can meet here at the brewery.
No, we're gonna. I don't want to do that because it could be volatile.
Look,
We don't know.
I don't know why you have to be so mystical about it. I don't understand.
Well, because
why
we-
you have
we
to
have
be
no
so
idea
nebulous.
who you are.
Why
We don't
can't
even
you
know-
Just let me talk to my brother. Just give me the contact info for my brother.
We don't
I
even
mean,
know if
Jesus.
you really are his brother, dude.
Listen. What'd you say your name was? Bruce? Was it Bruce?
And what are you doing?
My name is
You're
Bruce Cow.
Right,
You
all
were
right,
defending our honor or whatever the crap. Like,
Well, listen, he's been working as a Navy SEAL. And we
I've
appreciate.
got another Chicago joke for that one.
Okay.
You are the man who will fight for our honor.
All right, listen.
I don't
Listen.
know why you have to quote Peter Cetera. Okay,
Yeah,
seriously, I am trying to get hold of my brother. This is urgent.
All right, well, listen, man. I mean, we know your brother. We love your brother. And we're not going to just give out his information to some dude who calls our radio show and says he knows him. We're going to get in touch with him. As a matter of fact, Miggy's over there texting him right now. So we'll see if we can get back to him. I mean,
Look, I mean, I wouldn't just call your show to come out. I mean, reach out to find my brother, okay? So seriously, you need
All right,
to
wait,
in
hold
touch.
on. He does have a brother named Bruce. All right. Back in the summer of '81, where were you guys at? Where were you guys at with your parents?
That's really obvious. We used to spend all our summers in Ibiza. That's where we spent our summers for years. So I don't know why you try to act like you're so cloak and dagger. Seriously, Mickey.
All right, you know what? I'm going to have to say that's a correct answer.
that is a correct answer. I mean, listen, man.
Of course it's the correct answer, because I'm his brother.
Well,
Stop
listen.
being a snotty little twit.
All right, listen, Bruce, relax, man, because we don't really like being called snotty twits on our own show. But please, we're gonna cut you. We're gonna not turn you off, but we're gonna give you to Gary. You can give him his phone number, and we'll pass it on to your brother. That's the best we can do. We can't give any of his information out.
Okay, guys, that sounds swell. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, we're
gonna let you go, man. I guess it's a
we
pleasure to
appreciate
meet
the
you.
call.
It's a pleasure to meet you via the phone, man.
No, not really. But anyway,
yeah,
thank
It
you.
was a real pleasure to meet you, Miguel.
Yeah, take care, Peter Cetera.
All right, see ya.
All right. Well, wow. That's a shocker. He never mentioned a brother though.
That
ever.
is the rocker, the shocker, and the showstopper all at once, dude.
3 years I've known this guy, and he's pretty forthcoming, brother, man. He doesn't really hold much back.
Yeah,
and
but it
you know
took,
that
you
he
know how
doesn't
long
hold
it took
much
us
back.
almost 3 years to find out exactly how he made all his money.
Well, I mean, that's most people don't.
There he is. Hey, dude, you will never guess in your life who the hell just called.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What? I'm sorry. You guys know I have IBS, and sometimes I have to walk out. But what?
The internet broad. Nope. That's
No, that's the IBO.
Oops, I'm sorry. I apologize. Bruce Cowell just called.
And according
who
to
the hell is Bruce Cowell?
And
who do you think?
You recognize that last
I mean,
name?
I'm assuming from the name, it's the.
It's a relation to Felix.
And
Yeah.
he,
Some kind of relation,
and he
yeah.
answered a really specific question about their childhood.
No,
back in the day.
Felix texted it and said, yeah, he was listening to the show, and he said, yeah, that's my brother, but.
And he's like, where were we at in the summer of '81? And he's like, we were at Ibiza, duh. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Now, one thing I did notice when I was walking out, I noticed that you guys didn't tell all the listeners out there where we're broadcasting from, and that is from ESB Brewing, located
miss
here
that?
at
No.
333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Whoa!
Don't ever do that again with the chair. Suite D. 407.
Wow.
It's where we broadcast from. The ITJ, the illustrious TJ, serving beer. 15 different ones to choose from
Actually,
behind the bar.
What most people might not be able to see. Do we have the other camera by chance?
We do.
Bring up that other camera. Oh, if you could see TJ on the far right, he's sitting on his ass right now. He's not really doing
Yeah,
much.
he's just kind of hanging out
there,
yeah.
dude. But he's hanging tight.
But you know what? While we're on the topic of people that can educate us, we are pleased to be joined by Professor Tallaway Tyson.
No,
who
it's
is here.
Tallaway Tyson.
He is here in the
Tallaway.
studio. Tallaway, whatever. He is in the studio. This is a guy that's done some voiceover work for us in the past. He claims to have some kind of scientific credentials, and now he is here in the studio to talk to us about what I understand is what is now deemed as the heaviest element.
That is correct. Now,
heaviest element ever discovered.
you know what's really heavy, Mr. Charles?
What's that?
The disrespect you've shown me.
Yeah, Ben, you've been really a little upset tonight. Listen,
You need to calm down.
yeah, I think Ben's
It's very bad for your health, and I have much respect for you, sir.
You know, I don't need to be challenged. I'm just trying to introduce
I'm
you.
not challenging you. I'm just asking for a little respect,
Oh,
considering I have a lot of respect for you.
Well, Professor Tyson, I appreciate that, and we'll
Thank you
reciprocate
very
that
much, sir.
to you. Okay, so you're here to inform us. We've used you in the past. We've had you on the show over the last 3 years,
Yeah,
really.
he talked about the Higgs boson last time he was here.
I mean,
if I'm
he's
quite
been
correct.
here to educate us on different scientific pursuits. So now you're here to educate us about the heaviest element now found.
This is very exciting news by a bunch of Russian scientists.
Okay.
The new super heavy element, they call it. Now,
Okay, how heavy is it?
It is extremely heavy. It's the most stable isotope, and it will probably be 299 UUP, which is unumpentium is what it's called. Now, the atomic number will be 115.
And that means what to us?
Well, with 184 neutrons is known as the magic closed shell number, conferring exceptional stability, making it both chemical homolog of 209 Bi. But the most technological required to add the required neutrons just really doesn't now exist. But it's fascinating.
All right, the only thing I got out of that.
you just lost the
Is
hell out of us
Is he
right
losing you guys? Because he's completely losing
Well,
me.
the only thing I got out of that was he was down with UPP, which I think.
Well, I am really down with UPP, but it's way down because it's so heavy.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
it's super heavy.
I'm already getting bored. I don't know about you
No,
guys.
real
but-
quick, it's got 114 protons.
So is that like high or?
I mean, am I supposed to throw like a jizz party over this, or is
No,
this-
basically that's the heaviest element.
Yeah, but what's
it's
all right?
gone.
What's the next one below it?
It's only in the 50s.
Plutonium, right?
Really? I didn't know
plutonium.
that. I thought it was uranium.
Oh, it might be uranium. Okay, plutonium's
what
right
is it,
below that.
Professor?
This conversation is completely nerdy.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead, OG.
I believe I have actually discovered the heaviest element.
Really?
It's
Yes.
probably his balls.
And what is it?
It would be your mom.
My mom?
Wow.
Whose mom? Whose mom would that be? Choose wisely, Gary. Choose wisely. This is a trick question. There is no right answer.
Just in general. Just in general.
Oh,
So so Mother Nature. So
you
it's
see
Mother
how the
Nature.
OG cleverly skirted the answer
Yeah,
to that?
yeah, he did that with the ears.
Well, Professor
The
Tyson,
Well, I have to come on again soon because there's huge advancements in the Higgs boson particle. There's been some new things found.
if only there was huge advancements in your entertainment value, that would be a monumental step.
Science should be of utmost and paramount entertainment value.
Okay.
You know, I
anyway,
agree with
okay.
you, Mister.
Thank you.
Tyson.
Just because some of us aren't as educated as others.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike Talloway Tyson. We appreciate that.
All right. Well, that was
Give me a Happy Meal and don't forget the toy.
that was interesting, man. Where are we going, dude? Here tonight?
Okay.
Moving on. Let's just move on.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Professor.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know, the thing is with science, the thing is with education, you got to make it more interesting. And when you don't, people just lose. They lose dedication to it. Case in point, there was a New York City book club that realized that they wanted to further engender more interest, that perhaps the way to go was through a more risque approach. A New York book club decides to go topless to make reading sexy.
Yikes. You know, that could be cool, I guess, but you know, the funny thing about book clubs, if you ever watch them, mostly everybody's just kind of sitting around on a couch. And no offense to ladies, but they don't look their sexiest when they're sitting in a couch. You know what I mean? Topless, meaning.
Well, I guess it depends on the bookworm. I guess it depends on how much of a couch potato she may or may not be while reading the books. I mean, if she's reading the books while on a treadmill, then that well-read woman might be attractive. Now, if she's sitting around on the couch reading, eating bonbons, not so much.
Well,
But
no,
this is a case of a entity known, Joe, as the Outdoor Co-ed Topless Pulp Fiction Appreciation Society.
Okay,
Try
I'm
saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah, you know, it sounds to me like, I guess a bunch of people getting together doing something sounds like fun. I hope all the chicks that are there, is this topless for men as well? Because hopefully they're all, you know, people are looking for freedom. I guess this is somehow a way for them to get that. I
Now,
don't know,
they
man.
actually booked this as nude-friendly, gay-friendly, everything-friendly, boutique, and it's also at a hotel.
Okay, well, it sounds like it's a way for people to meet, then maybe. It's not a topless book club. It's a way for a bunch of people to get together and find out if they want to have sex with each other.
Now, I understand we do have another call.
coming in. Is that correct, Gary?
Oh, man,
I believe we do. That is
Okay,
correct.
so this is another unexpected call. We've been getting slammed by calls here today.
What's going on? It's
Only
getting
a couple
crazy.
minutes left in the show,
I
so
know.
let's go ahead and bring this person in. You are calling the Cranial Mission Show. Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, Reverend Joey T. Who are we speaking to, please?
Hi, this is Rob Ford.
Rob Ford from Toronto?
Are you talking about,
Yes,
wait.
this is the mayor of Toronto. Well, former mayor of Toronto.
Hey,
no,
man.
You're actually still the mayor of Toronto, unless you were...
Well, I'm damn near out of the door.
Okay, so you're already getting used to, you're embracing the title as former mayor because you know you're going to be exorcised, if you will, from political office. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're going to kick me out sooner or later.
Well, I mean, they should kick you out, Rob Ford, if that's in fact who we're talking to, because you are a renowned crackhead, unless I'm mistaken.
Well, the shoe fits.
Well, listen, man. All right, Rob. Well, dude, honestly, I'm not a huge fan by any means, but definitely have been following your legacy, if you will. And it's the last I heard, you were in rehab, and you had remarked that rehab was a lot like football practice.
I honestly never made it there.
You seem to be breathing really heavy. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are
are
you
you running
running
or
right now?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out eating some pizza.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm kind of overweight. You haven't seen me.
yeah. No, we noticed that. Definitely. I think most of the world's noticed that about you. Now, Rob, I mean, word is that you're going to run again, and that you're not worried about this, and that you're going to be able to clean up your act and get back in there and be the mayor.
There won't be any running.
Yeah. Well, no. When I meant run, I mean run for office. I didn't mean like jogging by any means.
Oh, yeah. Well, Marion Barry got it in Washington, so Canadian people are a lot nicer.
I mean, you're in a lot of trouble right now, Rob. Do you have any plan to clean up your image? Have you been working with your PR people?
No, I've just been hanging out and partying a bit, and that's my friend from Montreal. His name was John Luca. He called a couple weeks ago about the Canadian hockey. He told me to call you guys because you guys are pretty funny. And, I need a laugh.
I mean, I guess I got to ask you, how is it that you're so overwhelmingly obese and yet you consume crack like a
crackhead,
a gay porn star?
Hey, everybody's got their own diet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what are you eating? About 14,000 calories a day? Because wow, dude.
Are you on the Michael Phelps program, sir?
Yeah.
1,570 actually.
Okay, well, cool, man. So listen, man. Honestly,
sir,
man,
there is no way you're eating 1,570 calories a day by looking at you. I can tell you that.
Oh, you said 15,000.
Well, listen, that's not why I called. I figured you guys don't like Justin Bieber's dumbass, and he
you're
really pissed me off.
What happened? What happened with you and the Biebs?
15th of this month, that little bastard. I was at Music nightclub in Toronto, and that little bastard had the gall to come up and test me if I had any crack to smoke.
And did you?
Why is that gall? I think that would be
a reasonable question.
That's just kind of like follow the money, except follow the crack sprinkles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That little bastard, he can kiss my ass. I'm the freaking mayor of Toronto.
Not for long. At the rate you're going, not for long, bro.
So did you guys party at all, you and Justin, or was that just like a little
No, I didn't party with the little bastard.
Okay, well, I don't blame you.
My wife already hates me, and this stuff comes. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to have a laugh here, and that little bastard pissed me off.
All right, well, listen, man. We think you might want to go get some kind of oxygen. So
yeah, you sound like you're about to die, and
we're
we're at
gonna
the
let
end
you
of
go,
our
man.
show.
I mean,
so
dude, there's definitely.
I think it's time to let you
Just a
go.
little overweight.
A little bit, yeah. But you know what, Rob? Good luck to you, I guess. Take care, and
I'll be in touch. I'll listen to the rest of your show.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Way to make the Canadian people proud, by the way.
for calling, Rob.
Yeah, they're really proud of you.
We appreciate that, Rob.
Thank you.
bye.
All right, take care.
Good night.
All right.
So Ben, I guess that winds up another one, huh?
Yeah, we are at the end of another show here, Joey.
Dude, have we gone completely to the sewer? We got Rob Ford calling us.
You know, I guess,
Our lab.
Rob, maybe with the inclusion of President Barack Obama from last week, maybe all these different leaders out there feel like they need to be a part of the show
Well,
as well.
they know we're not going to judge.
But it's a really it's a free fall. I mean, when you have President OB on here, and then we devolve into speaking with a crackhead, a fat crackhead, no less, known as Rob Ford, the mayor of Toronto.
I don't know that we're moving up. It seems like we're moving down. Maybe we're moving wider.
You know what? So Republicans would be saying we're making a parallel move. Democrats would be saying we're moving down. So, whatever, dude. I don't know.
But that does bring us to an end of another show. So for all you out there that support us, thank you so much for listening to this program. Thank you to the OG, the Outspoken Gary, for producing the show.
Good job, Gary.
ESB Brewing, of course, the work that they do, the sponsorship that they provide us. Thank you so much. Magic Puff Cigarettes.
Appreciate it, guys.
Sam over there at Magic Puff E-Cigs. Thank you so much for the support you provide us.
Why was Dave Thomas here?
I don't know. You're gonna have
Don't
to talk to
worry
Dave
about it. We'll
Thomas.
talk about it
Don't worry
later.
about it. We'll
We gotta
catch
talk-
you up.
No, you tell me
Yeah,
now.
No. We're on the air.
We'll catch you up.
Show's
We're
over.
trying to get to the outro here, so you just
All right, buddy. He's up.
Just slow your roll.
Okay.
We'll talk to you about this after the show,
All right.
okay?
Let's finish it up.
All right.
Okay, this is the Cranial Mission Show. Make sure you tune in next week to the show. YouTube Live is where you can find us. You can also go to Facebook, facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network. Like the goddamn page there. Go to Twitter. Follow us there at Cranial E. For all you out there that are listening, I am Ben Charles.
I'm Miguel Hito.
I'm the Reverend Joseph T.
And
thank you.
I'm Sancho.
Yes,
you
I
shut up.
guess.
All right.
And thanks for listening to us. Take care.
I'm the OG.
There you go.
Gary B.
Have a good night, everybody.
Hadra collision.
X-ray double vision. Internet transmissions
of the cranial emissions. Say goodbye to Miguel Hito.
In the Mr. BC. Don't forget about me. I'm the Reverend Joey T.
ESB Brewery is the place to be.
For all the finest ales
And the Cranial 3. Just 3 cohort.
And we talk about sports and anything else that tickles our shorts.
We won't refrain
from talking to your name. 4 to 5 doctors say it won't rot your brain.
We gotta be going.
And we hope that you won't miss us. The bell has rung
And the teacher has dismissed us. So don't be sad.
Cause there's no need to freak.
We'll be coming out your speakers same time next week.